This stream contains fast flashing images that may affect viewers who are susceptible to photosensitive epilepsy or other photosensitivities. Viewer discretion is advised.
Good mid yan. SMG. Tunggu apakah lolos ya.
Today, 3 teams will take the stage, but only one can forge a path to tomorrow's grand final. Hello and welcome to Day 5 of Game Changers Championship 2023, coming to you live from the Arena CB LOL in Sao Paulo, Brazil. I'm Ginny, your host for today, on the desk with Kakuka and Baby Bay. Lovely to have you both again. How are you feeling?
I'm happy, you know, we're down to
Why are you dancing?
to 4 teams.
Feeling good, yeah. It's gonna be crazy matches today.
It's 1:30. You're already dancing.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
a
ready.
bit
I'm
early for
ready.
that.
I'm so excited today. I feel really good, and like you were saying, this is a nice moment. It's a happy moment.
It's a happy moment because we said goodbye to a couple of teams. Unfortunately, that's not the happy part, but we have the top 4 already locked in. So before we start today, we have a very special surprise for you because we actually have the 2023 Esport Desk Analyst of the Year, Mimi, sit down with 2022 Game Changers champion G2 Mimi. So I don't know how that went, but let's just check it out.
Hello everybody and welcome back to Game Changers Championship in Sao Paulo. I am Mimi, joined with G2 Mimi, and I would like to ask you a few questions today, if that's okay.
Sorry, who are you? I didn't see you come in.
Mimi.
Mimi.
And
Nice to meet you.
I'm a caster.
Hey,
Alright,
ngapain?
what's the worst opinion I've ever had regarding Mimi's gameplay?
You've casted some of my games,
You
I
have
think,
seen a
right?
lot of my games.
You mean some of your games?
A lot, like
Well,
basically all of
like
them. I heard you're
Premier,
a big
right?
fan.
In North America, I've seen like you're
North
like
America.
Vision 18. What rank are you, sorry?
Where are you from?
I'm from Denmark. I've lived there my whole life.
Oh,
Yeah,
actually,
until my
wait,
time at
how
G2.
old are you actually?
25, really. Yeah, since the day I was born.
25 since the day when you were born.
Let's go back to the question around the worst take you've had about me.
Yeah.
Because
Hindi
I don't
Mikam,
listen to
Mikam.
you. I'm a champion. When I go and I VOD review with my team, you want to know the first thing I press?
Yeah.
M, mute. Turn it off, and I focus on improving.
M
Because that's
for-
what it takes. Do you see that logo behind you? Championship.
Yeah.
What's the first part of that word?
C.
No, the first, it's 2 words. It's a portmanteau.
M, mute. I just muted you. So, who is going to take home the trophy this year?
Oh, so when you drew that one up, I was wondering what you were thinking.
You know, my
Did you
head,
write that on that?
my head
can I see
works
that?
a bit.
Oh.
No, you cannot.
Oh.
touch my card.
Oh, I can't touch it.
No,
Oh, okay.
I cannot have your dirty fingers on my
Oh,
card.
my dirty finger. I had to shake your hand. You're worried about dirty fingers? You wanna know what I? Here, let me help you out. Here, give me your hand. Here you go. If you don't want to touch a champion, I have a little hand sanitizer. Do you want to be clean?
No, I don't want.
You don't want that?
I'm never gonna wash my hand again.
That's because you'll never be a champion. I'm done with this interview.
I am so sorry for this interview. She is not supposed to act like that. Clearly, she doesn't know professionalism at this point, but I hope you enjoyed it.
Kenapa?
Okay, yeah.
What just
You'll,
happened?
We hadn't
Oh,
seen
yeah.
that before.
you'll never be a champion. You're
No,
good at
I
it.
feel like that was directed towards me more than Mimi, honestly.
In the first 15 seconds, I don't feel like G2 Mimi was getting exactly where the interview was going. And as time goes by,
You can
and
just-
she sees Mimi, like our Mimi losing it.
I thought that was G2 Mimi.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wait, it went over
Totally.
my head.
I wonder why.
Oh, God.
No, I'm just
Okay.
kidding. That
actually
was
good.
crazy.
That was very
That's a
funny.
really funny
Oh,
interview.
that was
I'm
pretty
not
good.
gonna
Close to
lie.
Mimi.
Good
That
job,
was
guys.
very, very nice.
Give him an Oscar.
But
you know?
Mimi is indeed a champion, though.
You get a championship, you get a analyst of the year, give him an Oscar, add it all on top. They can add it to their collection of trophies. But let's also talk about what happened on this stage
Kenapa
yesterday.
tahun gading itu?
Because we
Gini
had
gitu
a
ya?
triple header.
Saya baru
Crew
sekarang
up
gitu.
against SMG, Team Liquid against VBL, and the one at the end, Shopify Rebel against G2. Now, every single one of these games was a nail biter.
Yeah. I mean, but starting off with the first one, like the way that SMG played yesterday, I think surprised many people. I mean, we know how aggressive they're getting and how comfortable they are, but it's the security and everything that they were doing. So no surprises on that side.
Yeah, they tamed it down a little bit too. And in this Team Liquid and BBL matchup, Team Liquid bounced back and looked amazing. And this comeback on Haven that they had was sick. It was a lot of Bastarda just going in at this defense jet, just getting this first blood. I think she had like a 40-something% headshot rate at the end of the map, and she was really popping off on that. And then this last one, this was just like an offing masterclass from Petra.
Jesus.
Even though they
Yeah.
lost the series, I think she had like 16 op kills in the entire series.
So
which
you
is,
can
like,
you can say,
obnoxious.
even though you're from NA, you enjoyed map 1 more than the rest of the series just because of that.
Just because of her op. And I don't like watching Breeze, I'm not gonna lie.
I take wins one at a time.
Petra, no, but Petra has been phenomenal on this duelist role, and she's like getting better every match. But her op, it might be the best op in the tournament so far.
No,
That's a big statement.
Getting
It's a
in the
good
end
one.
with Shopify Rebellion, getting that win, getting that reverse sweep, I think that we saw a lot of that preparation also
Melanji.
taking that effect onto G2. You know, we were talking about now G2 has showed every single map in the map pool, definitely everything that they prepared, and Shopify, of course, had a better homework.
Yeah, when it came especially to that Sunset, that final map, I think that's where the strat book and the depth of it from the side of Shopify really showed up. And they're able to get that win. They're chilling in the slot for that grand final, waiting for their opponent, who we're going to be crowning today. But that also brings us to today's MasterCard fan poll. We want to know what team you think is going to be making it to Sunday's grand final up against Shopify Rebel. Is it going to be SMG? Is it going to be Team Liquid? Is it going to be G2? Scan the QR code right there, here, somewhere on the screen. And cast your votes, and we have the results in later in the show. Also, make sure that you use hashtag VCT and hashtag VCT Game Changers so that we can feature you on the show, because everybody likes their 5 seconds of fame. So I also want to know your opinion, both of you. I'm going to start with you, Kuga. Who's in the grand finals, though?
I would love to see, like, I have 2 options. Like, for me,
Okay.
like, the problem is that
No,
there
no,
is
you have
no
one
bad
option.
option.
You have-
Okay,
you
there
have
is no
one
bad option
vote.
because I want to see a rematch of the No, I want to see Team Liquid.
Okay.
I think I want the home crowd.
You agree, disagree? You want to...
Team Schmieg all the way to the
Schmieg.
finals,
Okay.
but
That's
they're
not-
going to lose to Shopify because NA #1.
What does SMG stand for? I'm just like testing...
Team Schmieg?
What does Schmeek stand for? Bro, what's going on? Either way, having a look at the bracket, this is what we currently have. Shopify Rebel, as we said, they're already in the grand finals. Team Liquid up against SMG. They're going to be heading up against each other to then later today go up against G2, which, if we're thinking about it, one of these teams could potentially be playing 6 maps in one day.
And that is a lot, especially for a team like, for example, SMG that has not had this, international experience and all that comes with it. It might turn into a lot. We know that most of the matches that we've had so far have been very like one-sided, like a 2-0. But it could potentially be a very, very long day for one of the teams.
Yeah, and with how both these teams played yesterday, it's very likely I think this will be a 2-1 either way, you know, and going into that next match, you're going to be beat down, you're going to be brutal. Whereas if you did get a 2-0, you might have momentum going into the series against G2.
Okay, I guess so. Then it really comes down to how the first series is going to go. 2-0, 2-1. I think we're going to have to wait and see. 3-1 being a little bit more likely because you're on the desk and I'm on the desk, and that's kind of what's been going on over here with the last couple of days. So we got you. But we've also seen some incredible gameplay on the stage this entirety of this week. Whether it was a 2-0 or a 2-1, it didn't matter because we had so many star moments. So we're going to give some love to our players and look back at our top 5 plays of Game Changers Championship 2023. First one is going to be G2 Petra, and she's scoring an ace against Team SNG. By the way, a little reminder, it's like 5-1. We're not doing like
5-1. Okay, so Petra's number 5.
Number 5, yeah.
In your books, but I think that this was a perfect display. This is actually her debut on Jet, and you know, I think it's perfect. It's a perfect way to end up a map and the series, I believe, right?
Yeah. It was rad.
Yeah, it was
Say the
sick.
least.
It was sick.
Sick.
This is where it all started, right? This is where we're like, okay, how is Petra's jet?
Yeah,
we
this
saw
is
her
how it all
raise.
started with
This
Petra.
is
We
how
never
it all
knew
started
Petra.
with her jet, though. We didn't
yeah.
know, and she was busting out the off in the series as well, and out-opping a Neri, and it was like, wow, hold on, there's something here, you know? Like, she's actually
Tim
nice.
Liquid
All
kan
right, next up, we're gonna have
Ini
a
kan
look at
ditutup.
the number
Tutup
4, and that
SMG
is
lawan
surprise,
SMG.
another ace. This time around, it's on a pistol, and it's a massacre, courtesy of Floor.
Yeah, this was sick. It was all headshots,
Clean.
too.
Okay.
Instead of speeding up to go to A site, they're like, all right, hold on. There's a bunch of people pushing our window in mid. Let's go back and take a 1v1, and Floor just cleans up with 5 clean headshots. It's beautiful. This is what you want as a Jet player when you buy the Ghost. You're like, I want to hit the heads, and you can hit every single head. You're feeling good, and she probably ended up going off to dominate the rest of the game.
I mean, honestly, it wasn't a long game after that one, because as you see in the scores in 11-1, we're talking about warming up and
Facts,
definitely
facts.
some very crisp shots. But after 11 rounds, I think that she was feeling herself. Why not?
Absolutely. Another clip, another ace, this time coming in at number 3. It will be G2 Gozen's IGL, Mimi.
Oh, loving that. I think that
Oh,
you can tell
in
like
Liquid too.
how different G2 Gozen was when Petra was on the IGL, and you know, before all this role swaps, how she would be always lurking, you know, giving you something else. And I feel like Mimi also has her own style. We see it in most of the maps. She also likes to take a lot of productivity when it comes to the defense, and she has the raw skill to also get this place.
Yeah, so this was so crazy, this whole series. The aggressive play she was doing on the post plants especially. This was just a defense play, but the other plays that she did in the map were just insane. She was getting 3Ks consistently across the whole series.
All right, number 2 coming up next, and that's going to be the flick shot from BBL Queen Eva, because the way that
we know this
check her
one.
PC after this, because I don't know what that was.
This is just Valorant,
This
like,
was
in a nutshell.
crisp.
Like,
Yeah.
I feel like once every, like, 100 ranked games this happens to somebody, like anybody out there. This is why we love the game so much, because she's full moving and gets like a flick one tap. It's just like, what is going on
It's
here?
precise gunplay.
Oh,
Now,
yeah, you're
hear me
right.
out. Hear me out. This is something that
Precise
you usually
gunplay,
watch
yeah.
just from your seat, and somebody else doing it. They're like, everybody's like, "Whoa, man, that's unreal. That's crazy. You're so good." And you're like, "I shouldn't have hit that." Like, let's be real. But it's a beautiful,
God
beautiful
meant to
play.
do that.
But she hit that. She did that, all right? And then last but definitely not least, number 1, we have the play of Game Changers Champion 2023, and that is going to be Roxy with an impossible clutch.
Best
That
ult
was
in the game.
1v4.
That transfer. That
Yeah,
transfer
but
was cold.
Yeah, exactly. This is the kind of play that, yes, it is a 1v4, but probably they thought that just with that double opener, they would get the kill, right? Like, she's making a lot of noise. You know exactly where she is. We open at the same time, and, you know, Roxy get... I'm kind of sad that we didn't get the knife kill from Roxy. I would have included that in this.
Yeah, but this spray transfer was just sick enough. And then,
Ini
like, if
yang
they're
X
gonna give it
dulu
to
ya?
you, then, you know what I mean? Like, take it.
So how does it feel, right?
To get 1v4?
Oh, this is getting personal. This is getting
It feels like-
personal.
How does it feel that 4 out of the 5 plays are from EMEA teams?
Yang miso itu coy.
You know, I wouldn't normally say that it would feel bad, but when I look at the overall bracket and I see that there's an NA team that's just taken out every single team that they played against in the tournament, and they're in the finals, I think I'm chilling, you know what I mean? Like, I feel pretty good, you know? Yeah.
No.
Saya lu gitu-gitu kan.
No?
And
Anyway.
they're one
How do
game
you
off.
explain
Either way.
yesterday? No, I'm kidding.
Okay, yesterday, that's in the past. But let's talk about today. Let's talk about the matchup that is to come, because we're going to be looking at Team SMG up against Liquid. And the story for both of these teams has been strangely similar. Looking at the bracket particularly, both of them have been knocked into this lower bracket because of G2. And guess what? Who's up next?
Oh, we love a story of revenge, right? Like, they make it this far. I think that, you know, for Team Liquid, repeating a little bit of what they were doing last year, because I remember that they finished third, I believe. And for SMG, you know, coming in and actually having this performance, also winning our hearts in the way that they did. Okay, there were mistakes, you know, mistakes were made, but it doesn't matter because we stuck together. And I think that whatever happens, both of them are very, very eager to take down G2.
Yeah, it's been like the theme of this whole tournament. It's just been revenge on G2, right? Shopify needed
literally.
revenge. Everybody needs revenge against G2, which is that says a lot. You know what I mean? That a team of that caliber like makes this much of an impact on these other teams.
Yeah, just a team to beat.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, they got beaten so far by Shopify, so we'll see whether or not that's replicable. But there's also a chance that Team Liquid is going to ban Lotus today, because if there's anything that we've seen from SMG and we've figured out is that Lotus is just not a map you want to go up against them.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, the first time, yes, there were the mistakes, but the second time around, when we saw the actual composition, the trust and the way that they play the game was still the same. So we can understand better now how it worked so well when they had 4 duelists, because they can make it work just because of the intention that they have around the map.
Yeah, it's like they're playing 5 duels all the time anyway. But the beauty in playing a normal comp is they were actually able to condition and have trap plays for further rounds, and that was like a whole nother gameplay that we didn't get to see.
Utility.
Yeah, I was like, oh
That's
wait, so they
literally
don't
it.
just have to headshot people. They had a double trap play one of the rounds that we went over. I think Heather did a teleprompter of it, and it was just like beautiful. They forced them into the A with a tether nade combo, and it just eliminated the entire team. It was just a pleasure to see, and that bind was nice too.
Yeah, and as well with the change up in their compositions, because they were very quick due to just having 4 duelists. Don't try that at home in your own ranked games, please. That slowed down their time as well. More util usage, a little bit more passive.
Yeah, they're not overheating as much for sure, and I think that's something that's going to be huge going into, honestly, any series, especially if they make it to the rematch against G2, because we saw a lot against G2, and Neri was just getting punished hard by Petra. It was a complete jet dip, let's just be honest.
I think it's about, you know, having a solution when your plan becomes your problem, right? Like, it is okay, and it's so good to actually have such an aggressive playstyle and making it work, but you also need to be able to stop it and go for something else if you're being punished over it.
And let's have a look with how they're feeling ahead of this matchup, because we have the lovely Mega Fabs ready, who's standing by with SMG's Shirazi just to check.
Hey Shirazi, come over here to Tita Mika for a second. Just wanted to ask you, you know, you guys talk about Kohaibi being one of the best IGLs in APAC. So what do you think makes her a great leader, and how do you think she'll match up against Daiki?
Baik, semoga kita baik-baik saja ya, Raja Ibadah menang.
When you put her up against anyone, not just
Amin.
because of her long years of experience in FPS, and her calls is just great.
Normal suara si Razim aja.
Amazing. I think you guys will do an amazing job. Best of luck.
All praise the IGL. That seems to be the theme this time around.
Wah, ini
Confidence,
suara nggak
IGL
jelas
praising, and just
Gimana
momentum. I
Xbox
think these
CS2
three
dan
words have been
lain-lain?
coming up time and
Nggak,
time
ini
again.
gua
And when we're looking at the likes of
nyari
SMG, that's going to be coming in really, really clutch today as well.
Yeah, exactly. Of course,
Di, kan
we
itu
know and
Tokopedia tuh.
definitely they know
Punya
as well,
Tokopedia malah makin
what
bingung.
hurdles they're going to be encountering. But if they go in with the same trust that they had
Kalau
that they made the mistake, and they
langsung
were
itu,
like, yeah, we don't care, we're fine, we'll do it. Oh, like this, yeah, it will happen.
Yeah, Alexia has really
Emangnya
also been
kurang
the
paham
MVP
loh.
for this team, particularly to the point where she's popping off in game, but also offline,
Banyak
yelling
pilihan
at the
juga
top
ya.
of her lungs,
Nggak ngerti
and
itu banyak
it
pilihan
sometimes
ya.
has some consequences, because there you go, 2-0 against
Amen.
Crew. I'm close to losing my voice. Yeah.
Give me out. I haven't had a voice for like I mean, it's getting
Kambing
better
dong.
now. But for like a week,
Kalah
I
ini
don't know, I
sekarang.
haven't even been screaming that much. So I can understand that,
Menang tuh
especially
SMG,
Alexia with the
menang,
performance that
habis
she's having,
itu
the attitude that she's
tiga lawan
given time and time
P2
again,
menang
she's
juga.
going to lose her voice and it's going to be worth
Dari
it.
I
final
wonder if
aja.
the crowd still has their voice, because they've been
Dan
hyping
final
up
sih kalah ya.
everyone.
When I
Soalnya
was in the crowd, I was hearing her
ada
just go absolutely
Ada
crazy
trans
on the comms, and like that's so
Pokoknya
insane
sangat hyper.
to hear because they're such a cute team and they're very like soft spoken.
Yes.
But then when they get in server, their gameplay and their personalities are so loud.
Ya,
It's like you
kayaknya
want to protect them, right?
Pasti
Because they're so
muka-muka ya,
adorable, and then you
muka-muka
see
Indo
what
deh
they're
gitu.
doing on the server, you're like, whoa, I'm actually scared of you. Like, this is not normal.
But honestly, we were seeing it in the video. Like Alexia's like, yes, and then she sees the crowd, and the crowd is like cheering for her. She's like, thank you.
Well, it's not going to be easy for Alexi because she's going to be going
Komentarnya
up
paling aneh
against
emang kalau
Daiki from Team Liquid, and that is something to keep in mind because
Tapi emang
Daiki has had
yang
pop-off
Emma aja nggak
performance
jelas
after
sangat.
pop-off performance.
Yeah, Daiki's been an anchor for this team, and her calls were great.
Tadi gue kira
Wow, like I
Daiki
was
tuh
really impressed
Daki
with the
ya.
calls on Haven
Awal
and like, the
lihat.
layers that she was calling on. Same with SMG, honestly. I feel like both these teams really leveled
kan
up, and their
Olimpiade
stats
olahraga
are
wanita aja
like
udah banyak
great for the
transnya, makanya nggak
Yeah, I
ngerti
think
gue.
that maybe, you know, Daiki's stats are not the craziest, but if you watch any
Jelas
Team
tuh.
Liquid game, there is no way that she is not a standout for you. The way that she moves around the map, the way that she uses her utility in so many
Misalnya-
instances, it's just beautiful. And she's also that, she
Daiki
also has
emang.
that, you know, that kind of personality that you know when she's in the server.
No, indeed. So let's have here
Ini
in
kalau
check-in with
emang
Bizarra and see what they have
cewek
to
asli
say
sih nggak
about
apa-apa
Team
ya.
Liquid's run in this lower bracket so
Tapi
far,
masalahnya
since
kan-
it's been incredible.
Eu fico muito feliz da
Bukan
gente estar crescendo mais e mais
kalau
nesse
cewek
campeonato.
tapi yang penampil
E
kayak Lati
eu
nggak
espero
apa-apa
que
ini.
nas próximas
Ini kan
partidas a
kebalikannya.
gente consiga mostrar nosso jogo igual a gente tem mostrado nessas últimas. Coletivamente falando, a gente está confiando muito mais em nós mesmos e focando muito em
Masalahnya kan
comunicação. Então, nosso time está bem preparado para as
Turnamen itu udah ada dua ya kan,
nervosismo, tudo isso
dipisah gitu cewek
já
sama cowok.
passou. Então, a gente está sabendo lidar e agora a gente está na melhor forma.
Issa is up first. Fully blind though.
Perang banget kayaknya
Odin
maksud.
queued up.
Nafulan.
The dart not finding anything. Another flash connecting, but Issa finding shots. And Daiki lighting up the feed too.
Só queria dizer que eu acho a Coaive muito fofinha. Queria pedir pra vocês continuarem torcendo muito pra gente, porque tá dando muito,
Urusannya apa
mais
cute
mesmo.
Coaibe
Gosto de
kambing.
Vocês estarem gritando com a gente.
Nah itulah kenapa gue ngemain
chamando
Valorant
pra
semenjak
frente.
gencar-gencar
Tá sendo
Dungel
muito da
gitu.
hora, continuem. Muito obrigada pelo carinho de
Di
todo mundo.
TV. Pimpin karakternya.
That crowd buff,
Ini
definitely
dia
something that
aneh
we've
kan.
already touched upon a little bit and spoke about, especially when Team
Kalau gua,
Liquid is
kalau gua nggak terlalu
playing.
ini, saya nggak
Crazy.
I mean, I
nggak
have to
terlalu
say,
masalahin
in
sih.
some events, you know,
Karena
there are
ya
teams that you like
itu
more,
doang
there
yang
are teams that
masalahin
you like
kalau
less, and I hate this
ada trans
situation because
yang
you
ikut
you
kompetitif
understand why the crowd is so
yang nggak seharusnya.
unbiased, you know, when there's a team that is not Team
Gamenya
Liquid
seru,
playing because
scene-nya
it's very
seru,
wholesome.
kampanyenya
Yeah,
enggak.
they've been incredible and they've been cheering on. Even BBL yesterday when they were going up, unfortunately with only Philippe on the
Kalau
stage, but
Fendi
still, they really did their best
gerakan
and
yang
they're trying to
di
make
ini ya
everyone
ini
feel
lah.
lots of wish. I
I could have
appreciate it.
never.
But let's move on.
I could have never.
No,
I could
that
have
was
never.
crazy.
Emang
Let's move on to the other players from Team Liquid. Jadina
Emang dari
particularly because she has
Amerika
had
sana
another
kan?
great day. And it
Riot
seems
tuh.
like every single time she's on the server, she's ready to pop off.
I think that it's so important because, for example, when we're talking about Daiki, right, and
Ya, dari
you know,
Los
her
Angeles,
personality also in
California.
game and how she supports her
Ya.
teammates and yada yada, Georgina
Ya,
doesn't
udah,
even
gitulah.
need that kind of thing, you know, because when you're playing the controller, you know that you're playing a little bit alone, like you're just also playing for other people, but nobody's going to be playing for you. It's a little bit sad in that stage because you're either going to be anchoring or, as I said, just being a little bit behind. But I think that her performance, her clutches, her multi kills are so important and
Emang,
determinant for
pemuka
Team Liquid to
ini.
have the performance that they have.
And she's not the
Indo
only
di
player because Bastarda has also
backup-in,
been
nah.
doing, popping off too.
Yeah, but Bastarda, I was really impressed with that last game in Haven. I think it was like mainly her that started that big comeback against BBL because it kind of looked like it was out of reach for a second, but she kept
Gue
going
bikin kopi
aggro. She
dulu
didn't
dari
care
sini.
what the score was.
Nobar
Yeah, we're
sama
down
abang ganti
3-4
idola.
rounds. So what?
You
She
just
was
need that
pushing,
one round,
yeah,
right?
On
Enggak, itu
defense, she was
Raur
pushing
itu
down, but multiple rounds just
kemarin
playing
gua
really
sempet liat
confident,
titik
even though
gitu.
they were behind.
Geli
And it
aja
actually
gitu.
got them back into the game and made them win.
Yeah, and the confidence particularly has really allowed her to get a lot of first bloods on the board, which again, as you mentioned, one
Yeah.
round only left for BBL, but she was the hurdle in their way.
Yes, exactly.
All these
We're
kills.
all
Look at all these
watching-
first bloods.
yes.
Even with a bulldog, she doesn't have a real gun. It's a fake gun.
Wait,
It's a
do you
fake
like the
gun.
bull?
I like the bulldog, but against a vandal, come on, I'm taking
You
the
just need
vandal.
to be
Vandal.
Bastarda. Just be better.
I know,
Kalau
right?
aja lu nih
Honestly,
udah
just be
gua
better.
I wish, but like, look at all
Skill
these kills,
issue.
and it's like round by round. Like you literally played the last
Kalau
3
dipuja
rounds, and
sama-
like another one in OT here.
sama
She's
cowok
just
mah
so
mikir, bro.
confident, and like I feel like she's really gotten into
I
form
think it's
as
also
this
because of
tournament
the
has gone on.
combo that they have all
Bukan
going.
senang, malah
like,
jadi
you know,
beban
when they get
pikiran,
into
anjing,
a
apa nih
room,
orang
they definitely
ini.
know that they're a team.
Gua
and
trust
they're
ya.
on the same page. They have like. I don't want to say it's ego,
Paling
but definitely
trans.
they have a presence, you know, when they get
Yeah,
in
the
there.
Kayaknya
no,
kalau
but I
bahas-bahas
can
ini
imagine, you
bakal
know,
ini
that
deh,
they're in that
ke-
situation and then Daiki says something and something clicks in Bastarda's
apa ya
head. She's
namanya?
like, yeah, I'm going in.
it's not just their
Suspend
individual
gitu-gitu dah.
fragging power or the first bloods or just them popping off. It's also the fact that they have had some incredible retakes that have been just perfected to the T. That makes them even more of a crazy enemy
Skip
to
lah,
go up
males gue
against.
lagi-lagi.
I mean, the one on the sense that's been good, but to me, like the ones that they were performing on Haven were very, very clean. You have to, you know, Haven is a map that you definitely can play a lot for the retake, but you have to do it properly because
Kemarin
everybody's
Nenepi
prepared
bilang
in many,
pengennya lawan
many ways
BBL, Cok.
to counter those, and the way that everything was moving, it just felt like Team Liquid had everything studied.
Yeah, they take their time, and especially when they have ults, they maximize the efficiency of that ult. And to use an ult on a post plant like that, like they had one on that we're probably seeing a little bit where they literally ulted on the B side after they cleared it. It was perfect because all the defenders had to push in, and it just gave them free kills.
You know, to me, that kind of brings the question in terms of their success rates when it
Lagi.
comes to these retakes. How
Gua kira
that's
lagi-lagi.
going to be going up
Apa
against
sih,
a
kok nggak
team
nyambung
like
ya?
SMG, who's very happy
tahu.
to just press W,
kan.
get onto your site.
I mean, you definitely have options. If you just want to let them plan and play full retake, what SMG needs to do is just to go on the hunt and read onto that. That is also where the preparation comes in. Like, you know, they have everything prepared. We can like learn the route that they're going to be taken. What are we going to do about it, you know?
All right, preparation is key.
Sim,
once again,
kambing
and,
jantan.
I see you're preparing your
Udah.
illustrator. We're going to be heading into that a little later.
You want to draw?
Both of these teams have just had such a great run so far in this lower bracket, and I think that's also going to be really sad to be saying goodbye to either one of them. But before we even do so, we have Mika Fabs ready once again, and this time she's got a quick word from Loud Slicer.
Hey Isa, could we have a quick word with you? You know, your performance was amazing yesterday, by the way. I was wondering what you think sets Team Liquid apart from the rest of the teams here in
Jack
Game
tuh
Changers
anjing
Champions.
gitu-gitu.
Eu acho
Gini-gini
que
dan
a
Jack
principal
sama.
diferença do nosso time para os outros é que a gente está com energia muito alta, a gente está vibrando cada round, a gente está muito feliz jogando isso, faz toda a diferença dentro do jogo.
We have Arthur here for some translation.
Okay, I would say that the difference that set us
That's
apart from the
party,
other team is that like we have such a high energy where like
party
round by
kecil-kecilan.
round just like
Lompat.
vibrating so high that in the end that makes the big difference in the game.
Can't wait to see all of that energy on stage. Good luck.
That energy was definitely
Lama.
crucial
Menit lagi, bro.
yesterday when it came to that comeback. But something else that we wanted to look through is their pistol rounds particularly, which has allowed them to set themselves up for success, set their economy up. So do the thing.
Yeah, and in this Haven pistol round, I'm going to highlight a bunch of different layers to it. It's a double lurk setup, actually. I'll just play right away. So what they're doing here is they're denying info on the A space, and they're also denying info on the C space. Let me highlight the map real quick. You just look at this right here. So they're putting a Viper Orb here and an Omen Smoke here, and they're putting a turret in mid. Now, the turret gets broken by the defenders, and now they know, okay, we have to re-clear mid. So let me play this, just look at the minimap. So they all group up mid, and if anyone's here, they're going to try to punish them, kill them. They see the Jet's pushed up, and they get the dash out. The Jet is stuck here. They're going to dog up, and they're going to punish the Jet. The Jet's going to die, and that opens up the entire map. So if you look at the minimap again here,
Dia paling
the
analis.
map is now open. They're up a number. They're gonna get this KJ deposited at A with a jet smoke and a sky flash, and that leaves 2 defenders on A. And now they're gonna go back for the C. So this is just great macro play. They're able to use this smoke to do a sight hit. But now, since their sight hit kind of got delayed by utility, look at the KJ on the A site. This is just a free low. This is what you want as an IGL. Just a complete masterclass. And, you know, at the end of the day, I think it comes down to a nice clutch from Georgina. I'll fast forward it. But it shouldn't have even gotten there. This round should be over. You know, but stuff happens in pistol rounds in Valorant, right? It is what it is. The Jet gets the late flank, doesn't get value, people down the site too early. And then this is where we see Georgina just the star clutcher for this team, and she just goes absolutely nuclear here with the 1v2. And this was just a beautiful round. If you're just watching the minimap, it's just chef's kiss.
I think that also that is something that is going to work or should work pretty well against SMG, because SMG is the kind of team that you know is going to be putting that someone pushing through mid. There's going to be, you know, maybe not that much discipline into moving around the map, so it's going to be easier for them to play with their heads.
All right, that looks absolutely great. Excuse me, my voice is a bit lost a little as well. You know, it's been a great week. There's been a lot of shouting and a lot of cheering. Coming into this one, however, I think to highlight the fact that both of these teams have their final shot here. Everything here is on the line, so we're expecting them to be playing their hearts out.
Yeah, and I mean, you gotta lay it all out on the line right now. Like, this is like make it or break it time, and the pressure has never been more immense for any of these teams. You know, except for maybe G2, they're probably chilling right now because they've been here many times before. But especially for Team Schmieg and Team Liquid, the pressure is on because they want to break those barriers. Especially Liquid, who was like, 3rd and 4th already, you know, once before.
Yeah, I wanna go back to Schmieg here because I know what SMG stand for, still moving under gunfire, but in your head, what does Schmieg stand for?
It's literally that. It's still moving under gunfire. You're just pushing the entire way through.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, they've
they've
been pushing through this lower bracket, which brings
Yeah,
the
they have.
question of whether or not Team Liquid is going to be putting an end to that. But before we do so, we have your opinions on the matter because it's time for the results of our MasterCard fan poll. Earlier, we asked what team do you think is going to be making tomorrow's grand final against Shopify Rebellion, and the majority of the votes went for G2. Goes in very close though with SMG.
Listen, I mean,
Berarti
they
ini
one
yang
of
lolos
ours. When you go
Liquid
into this
paling kecil ya?
polls, it's better to
SMG yang
go
lolos nih.
with the wild card, being like, yeah,
Dibandarin.
G2 but what if?
What if?
What if?
What if?
What if?
I like the what ifs. I'm not gonna lie.
But before
SMG yang
we
lolos
even
bro,
have
dibandarin sebenarnya.
King head there's still 2 games that
Ya kan menyangkut kan pada pasang
and I
judi
think
kan
the
ini.
fact that you're now in this final hurdle, you
Anjay.
know you're going up against G2 next, which is a team that's
Mafia tuh di
already
mana-mana,
beat
Bang Fat.
both of these teams that are playing here today. That could
Itu makanya
potentially
sengaja
be a
tuh kemarin
further obstacle where
bikin
you're like, okay, well I'm gonna play my heart out
bikin
here.
vote itu buat
but
itu.
then
Jadi
you have
bandar
to
bisa
defend.
tahu mau
Yeah, but that's part of the
Mafia tuh bisa
competition,
tahu
right?
menangin
This
yang
is a
mana.
stress test. We know that, but if you want to be able to get to that final, that is only going to be a little bit more complicated. Because remember, the Shopify Rebellion is going to be having those 2 map bans, so everything is going to be in their favor.
Dia kan
Like
tiga vote kan
from
dibikin.
here on, once you fall into the lower
Jadi ada yang
bracket,
masang
it's just
di sini
uphill. And
tuh.
if you can win that battle, you're definitely a champion.
Yeah, and especially
Pasang
it's so
SMG.
funny like the dynamic both these teams
Pas
have.
itu,
Liquid, in order
dia
for them
masang
to win, I feel
G2,
like we heard it in the interview.
sama
Like,
Bandar
they need to have
dikalahin
the
kan.
energy, they need to bring the energy. And for
SMG yang
team,
lolos.
SMG, they're like, oh yeah, like we need to just be calm and all this stuff. And it's just so funny because both teams play like pretty aggressive and pretty smart, but they're both like just different in terms of vibes.
Kayak
Well,
kemarin jadi
3
banyak
teams will take
trouble
the
kan.
stage today, but only one can move forward to tomorrow's grand final. We've already touched upon it. This is do or die for every single team. So much
Do or
on
die
the
paling
line.
do
But
or
Day
die.
5 Game Changers Championship 2023 starts right now.
Jadi stresnya kecil banget tuh dibanding cowok jauh banget kan. Kurang laku sih nonton ini. Sama cowok aja di hari kayaknya besar 1.000 gitu.
Eu fico muito feliz da gente estar crescendo mais e mais nesse campeonato e eu espero que nas próximas partidas a gente consiga mostrar nosso jogo igual a gente tem mostrado nessas últimas.
For us, we feel very confident after we lost the match against G2 because we finally got to learn from our mistake and we can fix it from that. The streak didn't really matter since it's only in APAC. What we really want is the international streak.
Nosso time, eu acredito que uma das grandes marcas dele é ser muito resiliente, então a gente nunca desistiu fácil, nem no começo do time, nem agora. Nosso time tá muito bem para isso.
I think Team Liquid looks pretty strong. I'm excited to go up against them. We are very confident.
É uma oportunidade única você representar a sua região no seu próprio país e o que a gente mais quer nesse momento como time, conseguir passar para essa final e, pô, nem que a gente saia sangrando das partidas, a gente tem que passar por elas.
We're definitely gonna make APAC proud. Team Liquid, you better watch out.
It's
normal to feel down about a loss like that. It's no secret that you also cry after it. And I think it's super important how you handle it, because if you just go and cry yourself to sleep, like nothing is going to change. What you have to do is you get up, you look at your mistakes, you face everything, you just take full responsibility for what happened, and you just go and try again. So this time again, we put all our faith into Mimi's hands. We trust her fully to help us get the W again.
Okay, so this is a match valid For the lower semi-final, we got
Wah,
Team
ini lucu banget,
SMG
nggak
against
jelas,
Team
kan?
Liquid. Team SMG
Kayak
has
bocil,
higher
kan?
seed, so start choosing if wants to be Team A or Team B.
We pick Team A.
Team A.
Parahnya. Kan
Okay, so
kecil kan?
SMG starts banning.
Ban Breeze.
Breeze, ban for TL.
Ban Lotus.
Lotus. Wih,
Uh,
respect
pick
ban
Mac
bro.
pick for
an.
SMG.
Let's go. Pick it.
We pick Haven.
Haven.
Anjay.
So side on Haven for
Kemarin
TL.
dibully G2 cuan. Dibully G2 mereka di Heaven. Makanya mikiran.
Attack.
Attack.
Bener,
Mac
bener.
pick for TL.
Pick bind.
Bind. Side on bind for Team
Oh,
SMG.
Gak yang Heaven ya lawan G2.
Defense. Next
Ready,
set of
ready,
bans.
ready.
SMG bans a map. You got Ascent, Sunset, or Split.
We ban Sunset.
Sunset, okay. Last ban for TL. You got
Ini
Ascent,
sama
or Split.
mulu kan? Main DS nih kayaknya nih. Tapi pasti di band ini. Di band split. Jangan.
Ban split.
Ban split. We got
the ban.
Ascent as decider. Side on Ascent for SMG.
Defense.
Defense. That's it. Good luck. Have fun.
Good luck, Evan. Kayaknya nggak terlalu bagus. Pasennya efek bagus ya. Pas mereka lawan EG 13-6. Ini recak banget kan. Oh, Asen ini lawan EG lawan EG 13-8. Tuh 2 kali mana mereka cok, kenapa itu? Tuh. Boneka bebek kan. Oh, berat. Boneka bebek
The
ya
stage
yang bawa.
is set. We have Haven, Bind, and Ascent. This could be the last 3 maps for one of these teams in this tournament.
I mean, it is going to be for one of the teams are going to be the last maps, but it's very interesting, right? SMG banning Breeze, leaving that window open for Team Liquid to ban whatever they wanted to, and it was just I was actually looking forward to seeing Lotus, but it's not going to be possible. Instead, we're going to Haven first, and I think it's going to be very interesting the fact that SMG decided to go for this pick, even though we were discussing it. We saw it even on the telestrator. The plan that Team Liquid has for this map is impeccable.
Yeah, and I think that this comp that they're running up against is
Terus
like, I've been saying it this entire term, I'm gonna keep saying it. The double controller looks good against the breach comp. I mean, but to be fair, BBL had some good adaptations against yesterday, but now Liquid can make those adaptations again. So I don't like this pick from SMG. And I also am confused why Liquid would pick Bind against an SMG that has been dominating every team on Bind, including G2.
Maybe they like challenges.
I guess both teams.
No, but hear me out. Like your preparation comes also to like tricking your opponent, being like, "Oh my god."
Yeah.
The same question that you had, I'm sure that Team Liquid was like, sorry, that SNG was like, "Oh, really? Like for real? You want to go here? Like you expect something that is going to be extremely precisely prepared for you."
Yeah, and it also gives us then the questions that we're already asking right now. Why is that the case? What's happening? But I think going back to that fact that you've they've prepped something. They potentially have an ace up their sleeve. So you're then going into the map thinking, oh, what can I be expecting? You're already in their heads. They're in our heads already.
Yeah, I mean, they're definitely both in each other's heads, because to pick Haven after Liquid played it yesterday, you're definitely Liquid, and you're like, okay, they definitely watched our entire game plan, including OT rounds. And on the flip side, Liquid's like, oh yeah, we saw your bind multiple times. So it's gonna be I think a game of IGLing brain, you know, master classes and stuff like that.
No, not
the brain games,
not the
mind
mechanics.
games.
not the mechanic game, not the headshot game.
I think at this level and at this stage of the tournament, everyone's mechanics are on point.
Absolutely.
So I do think it's going to come down to who has the better reads, who's making the better plays, and with utility and stuff like that.
Honestly, I expect the first rounds to be absolute chaos from both of sides, because of course we know that.
Sign me up.
Yeah, literally, because the situation that they're on, like as we're saying, this is do or die, is you win or you go home. You do have a plan, but you know that the other team also has a plan. You know that there's very, very heavy hitters on the other team. So, oh, love it to see Mimi like that.
Okay.
Did you not
Prime
see?
Gaming, no, I did, but Prime Gaming Agent Select is ready, and we're gonna have a little bit of like the breach is still this time from SMG.
I think this is new from SMG playing the Astra.
No, they were playing the Astra before.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. They were.
Yeah. We're mostly used to seeing that Omen, but no, they play it with the Astra, and yeah, I think it's going to be very, very interesting. You know, kind of sad because I'm a big fan of Cypher here, but we don't get to see it.
Yeah, not a lot of teams are playing Cypher on Haven anymore. I think my one issue is that we have to go.
That we do. That's not an issue. That's absolutely phenomenal. We have the first game of the day ready. We're going to be heading over to our casters, Mimi and Ender. So let's get this party started.
Thanks very much to the desk. Yes, this will be the most brutal day of the tournament here. A maximum of 6 maps to be played, and one team from this game will play them all.
It is an absolute gauntlet these teams have to run, but for Team Liquid, the home crowd heroes, they have to go through 4 different bosses in these days. Yesterday, they take down the Aim Gods in BBL, all clutch, a battle to the nail. And today, they play the unfair back-to-back boss fight, no break in between, against the hive mind of SMG and the reigning champions in G2 Gozen.
And if they win that, you have the best of them all, Shopify awaiting in the final. It's going to be a brutal day. Team Liquid want to stay alive in front of their home crowd, and SMG want to do APAC proud as we hop in to map number 1.
And we are going to be going fast off the rip here. SMG set for some control down C long. Majority of Team Liquid playing over into A, but we'll see if Issa is able to engage this down C long. In OT yesterday, she won against that push. It was a huge swing for Team Liquid.
Kohibi is completely alone on this site. And with everyone approaching,
get
caught off guard here. Dash into the site. Kohibi has so many angles to look at, and she's overwhelmed.
Watch the flank, though. In spawn, Issa's waiting for 2 players coming in around the corner. First one dealt with, second chipped away at. Aneri falls, Issa gets 2.
She keeps it going from yesterday, but in heaven, Alexi has found the gap. Picks off Bizarre from range. Still, it's only a 2v4.
Lots of utility, but the fights aren't to be found from SMG. Cammy and Lexi, they need something here, but the flashes, the stall, everything is stopping them from getting out from spawn.
And then it's the crossfires. Team Liquid have a great one set up, and Georgina, she'll shut down both of them. Pistol round, Team Liquid.
Team Liquid coming out swinging once again. They got knocked straight to the lower bracket here in Sao Paulo, but since then have been incredibly dominant. It was so important. Kohibi is trying to rat out the smoke, but gets dealt with, and then here you have Issa playing perfect flank watch, making sure that isn't going to be an opening. Team Liquid were really concerned and pressured by those flanks from BBL yesterday on this map.
Yeah, and I think the big priority for Team Liquid has to be forcing SMG to respect them. We have seen this Apex squad run people over in this tournament already with their fast pace. Team Liquid cannot allow that to happen. To contain the aggression.
Team Liquid, this setup looks different this time around, and SMG have taken a lot of space into mid. I wonder if they look for a re-clear here with the dog. That's exactly what it's going to be. Hops on up and sees both players. 2 players swinging out from grass as well. Naneri's holding her ground. The concuss just to get these two players out. And
Nice.
Ivy actually creeps up short.
Gel kami.
Georgina will trigger,
Nice.
but she's not long for this one either. It's very risky here for TL. 3v3, but they have open inroads towards C.
Yeah, SMG gamble wrong. Lean back into A, expecting once those players fall that that's going to be the plant.
And no guns picked up. They'd have to re-clear through A short to do it.
Not the hardest thing in the world, although it's going to be a plant for A-Link and almost might force these players back instead. SMG walking straight into it.
Isa is ready. Bulldog
Nice.
finding
Use
everything. Aniri, a big shot there. Now only one gun is left for Team Liquid.
Kenapa
This
dipakai?
round is on Bizarra.
Mau nahan tuh.
She'll hold in the close corner, ready to spray down as they enter the site, but the Cloudburst pushes SMG the other way, but
Ambil
Bizarra
rata coy.
sprays them all down.
Got blocked off by the Cloudburst for a second, but Bizarra gets the 3K. And there were a lot of moments in yesterday's game as well when Team Liquid were down in numbers, whether it was mid-pushes, aggression going into them. Bizarra was able to find multiple players stacked up and deal with them accordingly. There you have it. Oh, yeah. Pretty sweet. No arm or anything, so cuts through it very easily with the Spectre. But you can see with damage dealt, Team Liquid heading into the next, it is only going to be that Bulldog that they carried over.
Team Liquid almost always commit to these full bonus rounds. And you'll see
TP,
SMG,
ternyata.
they're so proactive in
Dari
taking
tadi
a lot
ternyata
of control.
TP
The
tuh,
Jet's
Bang.
not even
Kok bisa
here, and
gitu
they'll
ya?
walk all the way up long.
And SMG got to see Team Liquid play a full map with multiple overtime rounds as well. And they saw that Team Liquid played pretty patiently at the start of their attacking rounds. A lot of their play would be to wait out the early aggression and then try to break Killjoy utility in B and Garage.
And we saw Extremity walk-ups be really effective for BBL yesterday against Team Liquid.
Definitely, we already saw SMG look for that in round one with that C walk, and now Crossfire position.
Nice. Gel kami.
She's gonna get
Nice.
all four. Beautiful control on her spray.
Crossfire? I don't see
Gel
it. That's just a 1
kami.
versus 4. I
Nice
think
sekali.
Alexi was along for the ride, hiding in the cover there. That was excellent.
Crossfire, I hardly know her. You only need one member to do it all. That's a great reply on SMG.
Oh, the Prime Gaming flawless. You got it here, coming around the corner. Very nicely done, just fully committing to the spray before
Hampir
picking it
satu
back
lagi
up for
cuy.
the fourth.
Kalau tembak lagi mati beliau.
But now, of course, Team Liquid will have the buy
Gitu
going
doang
for
tuh.
them. Looks like, once again, a default setup. Playing for A lobby control this time around. Very important to battle for that space early on in rounds, so that those walk-ups are not as free as they were, and Koibi can't capitalize just like that.
And Team Liquid will get that space, but look on the other side. Walk up here from SMG.
SMG looking to fight just about everyone, and Neri
Nice,
gets
nice,
that
nice,
kill.
princess.
At the same time, they've got double position over on short
ya,
and breach
smoking.
fault line. In 20 seconds, we'll be coming up to fight on that angle.
That would have
Lagi
been a trap
princess,
by
aduh,
the
kambing.
Centenary. Howling for more towards Garage. Bizarra spots her and both disengage.
Kami is the only player waiting here on the B site, but can stall with things like the Aftershock. Fault line not far from coming back up as well.
Players through, Connie Yu trying to control that Vandal, but she can't do it in time. Only gets one kill, but that's still a player advantage to SMG in this retake.
Double mollies on Spike. Team Liquid looking to fall off here. There are still smokes to play with for SMG, so this won't be so simple. Looks like Daiki wants to send that dog out. Doesn't quite tag.
She saw two though with it, and she herself is tagged in a lot of trouble
Nice
here.
banget.
And
Gel
Koibi
kami.
takes her down. Here comes an activated flank out of Bizarra, but no one's actually on this site, so SMG can just start to stick this one.
Okay, nice one.
Had to be able to find something, stall out for longer. Now,
Princess, pas mati,
Master
princess.
Flank comes in, kills might get her into the fight,
Princess
but
emang
stick is
GG
good,
banget,
and Neri
cok.
finds 3 in the round.
Yeah, it's
Princessnya
all
nggak
her
ada
now
obat,
round.
princess.
She starts walking down Simon, then repositions and
Kami.
defends Garage, then she's going back into B and playing that Flood retake. The Jet for Team SMG is just so mobile.
The early fights are going to be very punishing, and that's where Team Liquid need to bring in some tempo shifts, right? They played a lot of slow rounds so far.
That opener was nice.
That opener was really, really crisp. And Team Liquid, it just feels maybe a little bit predictable. That was a swing round. They're coming back in with Sheriffs and a Guardian, so maybe it looks similar for this one once more. But Team Liquid have also thrown the seawall quite a few times and haven't really leaned into it. That wall is really annoying for breach comps to get back in with flashes and the fault line, but they've been playing more for mid control and this A lobby area.
Another walk up A long out of SMG. This time it's an Neri.
Here.
Georgina went fully into short.
Kambing.
If she
Gel kami, nice gel kami.
I mean, Kohibi gets the one out of Garage, and Team Liquid don't look like they want to keep challenging. As soon as that player falls, Jujina, the pressure really rests on her to find some kind of an angle into the A site. And there is a way for her to slip the net here. She hears a shock dart down A long. She knows a push is in. Does she gamble no one's on the site? I think it would be a good call to go for that and maybe look to re-wrap into long.
But does that call her teammates back into this long setup, or does she fully clear it? Jojina checked on. That's so thorough out of Alexi. And now here is Aneri, activated on her position in long, dashes away, stays safe, and that support utility ensures that this rifle's not going anywhere. Lisa had found herself a gap there, but can't get anything for it.
Zara, maybe if you get this kill, it can turn into a plan for her, but falling down, not going to go her way.
Itu si Razi counter. Udah diarahin kepalanya itu. Untung gak langsung diklik kan.
It seemed like she hesitated a bit, and that gave enough time for Alexi to come back and clear her out.
Still, Team Liquid had two different players infiltrating in really weird positions that round.
Kamu belum ada
SMG is
nge-kill.
going to have to be very careful, because TL is super willing to take their time in the mid-round and find gaps like that.
And that's what happens when SMG are aggressing on extremities and when their killjoy utility is getting cleared away. One thing you'll see Bizarra do pretty consistently is use those nano swarms lineups to break the Molotov and the alarm bot on B. You can even throw it and break the turret in Garage.
First swing round here. Pop up for Aneri. Big ults on both sides.
Ada.
What I'm really concerned about is the op in Aneri's hands in this short fight. Because Isa is completely stuck at the moment. She needs her team to come back. She needs the assistance of Daiki's dog to get back in here.
Tangannya tuh di tangan mouse-nya di layar. Oke, bisa princess dapat satu. Aduh, kambing.
Coming through, Aneri will be spotted, and she has to retreat.
But Team Liquid left Bastarda all the way over in C. If SMG have done their homework, they know this play is a big possibility from TL.
We saw this a lot yesterday. Bastarda embeds, the team calls back to her.
And SMG do not flinch. Nano Swarm on the ground, stars to play with as well. Even a deep one to hide backside for Shirazi. Allow the flood to come back in.
That's a great stun. Bastarda can't go any deeper into this site, and they're pre-taking with this lockdown. Georgina wanted to try and ult out and find a new position, and she'll have to.
Look at B site, look at B site. Isa opens that one up with the lurk. There's an ult over into A, a hugely chaotic round. It's just an area with an operator holding way deep towards A.
Oh, but the third she falls off the angle at just the wrong moment, cautious of someone towards heaven. Now Isa has a rough timing of her own.
Seekers are coming in to help them out, deal with the op. It's actually Knives coming out a window. Daiki doesn't have a way to scale up until that smoke comes down, and now the counter lockdown from Bizarra.
There's still a Viper in the B site, and they have to run straight into her. Isa, what can you do? Kamiyu, as soon as around the corner, her alive.
3-on-3 now for this retake. There's an alarm bot for Team Liquid to play off on site here, as well as the paranoia, but SMG are coming in fast and loose. Aneri leading from the front, turns around into help. Bizarra finds the second off of Jujina. It's Camu against two. Coming into the site, Jujina gets hers. We're all tied up.
Pasti tuh main begitu-begitunya coy yang nyusahin.
And it's such a classic moment for this team. They rely so heavily on their embeds, be it over towards A, be it over towards C, and Daiki
Jalan-jalan gitu
expert
kan.
in these very chaotic late rounds at calling around those positions.
And it looked like SMG were prepared for that, right? They were in the right positions. But that's where, even when you're in the right position, sometimes Isa's just going to turn on you like that and get the kill. You've still got to shoot well, even if you know what Team Liquid's game plan is going to be.
Team Liquid already took down the guns of BBL. They're no strangers to dealing with firepower. But Aneri, she never backs down, and she never misses a shot like that.
Slips on out of there as well.
Second time now that she's gotten an opening, and look at this trap play. Stun there, Kohibi follows it up.
Oke, nice.
Second shot is
IGL kami terbaik.
Coach, IGL, Killjoy player, everything.
Also, just ready to fight. We'll lock in the chamber too.
Gede aja nih orang.
Doesn't have a care in the world. That spike spotted outside an A lobby too.
Bizarra slipped the net.
Won't be able to see this operator. She's right. Oh, she
Aduh,
sees the tip of the barrel.
kambing.
Should have this one for free.
Got to make sure it's precise.
And it is. Player in Garage. Now the next priority. Can Alexi get the drop? Around the corner she goes, and Bizarra wasn't prepared on the angle. Drone through will spot out Jujina. The troops are on their way from SMG.
So Gina does have the ultimate, but she knows there's players on A and on C, so you almost got to commit to the plant at this point. Fight forward one way. Paranoia, where does she go? Passivity is not the solution. Activity is.
She's found the isolated fight, but can she convert it? The other two players coming in through C-Link are here. The flash.
Nice.
She almost turns it into a second, but it's only one.
Termati tuh Alexi kambing.
And SMG,
Untung dia
whose defense is looking good thus far.
menghindar gitu sih.
It's that activity.
Ultra instinct
Moving
kan.
down C-Long again. Team Liquid, well, they were able to deal with it pretty effectively against BBL, especially when they got deeper into the rounds. That is going to be a consistent issue from them.
It seems like SMG are willing to push even deeper than BBL ever was. They're so willing to take those risks.
They'll push deeper, and they'll also push on both sides, because Kohybe is not a passive Killjoy player. You can see that with the 9 kills she's already farmed up for herself. She'll lock in the chamber on Bind. She will fight aggressively, so as that op is moving down C-Long, she's also looking to take the fight into sewer.
Player siapa
And that's
dia?
why Team Liquid never have
Dia
the chance to
orang
take
sana
it slow.
mirip-mirip dah.
Attack pause here for Team Liquid. How do they deal with this aggression?
I honestly think they can try to either like heavy lean into fighting one area of the map, because right now playing to contain on both sides when there's an op that can jump in, get a kill, and dash away. There were 2 players outside C, but a trade's just not simply going to happen. I think playing to overload and fight aggressively, especially in the A lobby area, can work for them. Make sure the op can't get posted early, or play for mid control. You have info on your opposite ends, and once that space is taken, you just turn that into a quick B hit. Once you
Liquid
know
ngambil
players
time up
have
sini,
space
ntar
behind you.
masih 4-3.
But it always comes back to dealing with that first layer, that first stage of aggression to get into those
Gara-gara
positions
mereka
where you
butuh
can
itu,
play the mid round.
butuh waktu
That's
lama
where
cuy biar
Team
menang.
Liquid is comfortable, and thus far, SMG, they've been pushing them off their game.
Yeah, one of the other things that SMG have at their advantage is
Saatnya
this
kita main
Astro,
cepat tuh.
because they effectively get an extra
Oke, coach.
half player using stuns or pulls from anywhere on the map. It
Enggak,
allows them to
sama aja
almost
mainnya.
have 2.5 players fighting C, fighting A. Does come at the cost of the lack of proactivity you can have from that Omen. The Paranoia is definitely a strong ability, but on defense, especially when they're looking to step up and fight on 2 fronts, the Astra is the best agent for the job.
It looks like they might be speeding things up. 3 players postured towards
Kenapa lagi
C-Long.
ini, Pak Iwan?
TPing across, and there you have it, trying to overload into this area to scale up very, very quickly. Now the turret will spawn
Iya, coy,
down
mau
from,
main
from
cepet tuh.
Garage, but it'll be a full-on retake. There's Hunter's Fury and the Rolling Thunder.
But there's a Viper's Pit on the other side. And there's 2 lows in mid here. SMG wants to get aggressive and take this space, but Bizarra can catch a great
Aduh,
timing
kambing.
flash points in both. But Bizarra is more prepared. Here comes the counter flank. Shirazi's pushing through.
It's all on Shirazi. She's going to be here so quickly. She can't just get one, she
But they're
needs
out.
2.
Everyone's on the site for Team Liquid. They can now play this one from
Nice.
long, but Daiki was still too far ahead. Everyone else escapes.
Still some smokes to play with here for SMG. The
Aduh,
pit
kambing
goes
bisa
down. It
begitu.
doesn't quite reach, but it gives them so many areas to pop out onto the spike.
Issa could be anywhere on this site. She can play from any angle. They'll dive into it
Nice.
with a shorty. How does Inari get away with that?
Kapan
Stick
smoke
on the
itu?
spike coming through. Pit is falling. Someone needs to stop this defuse.
Nice.
She's just holding it. No one is there in time. And Shirazi wins the round.
Kambing.
SMG just goes straight on
Itu
into
mati
the
kena satu
Viper's
peluru
pit,
gitu.
and it goes their way.
Jatah ayam itu.
They didn't even have to use the Rolling Thunder or the Hunter's Fury.
What a heartbreaking round to lose for Team Liquid. And
Just
it all started with this, right?
yeah. Oh wow.
Satu pelurunya
Taken
miss,
down to
cowok.
1 HP,
Kampret
of course,
udah.
with the
Anjing
decay
kayaknya
bonus.
bakal dapet ini.
But I think that jump once she hit the ground is what turned it around. Honestly, Team Liquid, they gave up control over Garage. They all fell off to long, and then there's still an Astro alive. That smoke is going to come on the spike. It's a big blunder from them.
And look what it's done to them. Their money is in the dumpster.
Udah di
Harry's
kiri.
never going to slow down on these early peaks.
Get out of my way.
Team Liquid need to re-clear into short. These players are completely trapped over on long. Dog will come in, but it's broken, and the concuss keeps them trapped. It's actually a Hunter's Fury too against the Eco. Issa steps forward,
Nice.
but easily dealt with by the operator.
Kena itu ya? Oh, kena deh. Kakinya kena
These
sih.
players back towards C. The spike will rotate over. That's where TL want to pop. Shirazi alone. And
Aduh,
blinded.
kambing.
There's no way she can get away with anything here. The Blade Storms, though, actually losing that for Bastard is big. Now they only have 1 gun in this post.
That's a large loss. Bizarro was also able to find one. So there's options to fight for. They might actually get the Rolling Thunder out of this. That would be a win for TL, but they need control in Garage. Not if Bastarda gets the opener.
Can they get out through long? Those cloud bursts going to be critical to do so. It's almost a repeat of last round. And again, Daiki will fall somehow. She gets one on her way out, and Bastarda keeps it going. That gun she picked up has proven critical to keep TL in this round. 1v3. Alexi, they're just going to swing you. No way she could have gotten away with that one. So Team Liquid, they get punched, and they rally back immediately.
No round in this game will ever be a done deal, right? No. Team Liquid, the round before that, absolutely should have been theirs. But SMG look good on the retake, and here, the Zero, the second the smoke drops, Inari not connecting on the off shot, and that from Daiki, that's the one that really put the last nail in the coffin.
Jepang tuh.
Team SMG are going to be on an eco this round. They started as a really fantastic half, but Team Liquid now have a chance to come out the better of it.
Team SMG are on the move.
Yeah,
not 3, not 4, 5 players into mid here, Mimi.
There's a turret to watch this, but how many do you actually expect? How soon does that call come through to either flip the map or fight back through your flank? They're smoking it off as well, but Bizarra hears this. She has to police 5 players, and she is immediately taken care of. Issa knows that she just needs to run away at this point, just needs to try and control space in short and not overcommit.
Team Liquid are still fighting into short. 4 players from SMG moving into long. Georgina gets the first on the site, and Daiki gets it in short. Hold on though, Cameo and Shirazi from long. Alexi joins the party, it's Daiki in verse 3.
How's it come to this? The leader again in another clutch situation. So many this event. Aftershock forces her into a fight against Alexi, and maybe just a miss on her movement key. She jumps up at the wrong moment. And SMG, they go eco for eco. They win with the sheriffs.
You don't have to pay attention to guns at the bottom of the screen. Doesn't really matter. Ults, guns, nothing.
Yeah, just another MasterCard thrifty. Yeah, casual.
Not even how many players are still alive. Nothing actually matters in this game. It is just the clutch factor.
What a call to make, though. Walk 5 players down mid with no utility. Instant flank into A.
We've heard SMG talk, though, about how sometimes, hey, on eco rounds, they will just do crazy things. They don't even always justify it for themselves. They say, well, my eardrums, I might need new ones.
The telinga yang lain gimana ya, Bang?
The energy in this team is, ear rupturing, might be a word. But they're getting excited. They're straight back into this half, and Neri has another operator. That wall lets Team Liquid get into sewers.
It's a repeat of pistols. See where Issa is, just on flank control, and going all quick into short. But now they re-clear towards long, but they don't have the utility to do it. They go into long without the flashes from Daiki. An area still posted, has a puck to play in.
That she does. She can just be the troll under the bridge, hide out here, but look at Georgina. That's great teleport to get up and over the top. Is this gonna be another round traded back? They came in with just 1 sheriff, a couple rifles picked up, and now Team
Alexi tadi kenapa maksa situ ya?
Here comes the retake. All 3 players from Team SMG ready to flood fast. 2 flashes.
Spike planted.
Cosmic divide.
Right there.
When do they go?
They're waiting 5 seconds. Camu has the fault line coming up very shortly.
And Kohibi has to walk away from this one. They'll wait for that Viper orb to drop. That gives time for Team Liquid to set up. There's the pull. Stun through. They'll head into this. Shirazi jumping down into hell. She's got it down to 1. Can she close the deal? Towards short, Shirazi doesn't know the angle, but Issa gives it away. Is there time to get this one done? Can Shirazi find the shot? Only a sheriff in her hand, but it's Issa instead. Team Liquid weather the storm.
What a combo there from SMG on the retake.
Gila itu kombonya combo ayam, Cok.
Albeit just barely.
But it all comes down to that timing, right? They wait just a few seconds too long, which makes that fight so awkward. But, I mean, they had to get this util online.
They had to. They waited for the util, and then they waited. They had to bait out, you know, the Viper mollies, the Killjoy nanos, all of those things. Cause so much frustration, make you waste so much time on the retake.
Straight back into it, though. Already, Team Liquid taking control towards A lobby. But look, I mean, SMG, instant reaction. They're fighting into mid.
Stepping back out to mid, they also have a different setup. The final round, it's a full microwave setup on C. A is very soft. They're going to play full retake with the Killjoy lockdown. Team Liquid, do they have a read on it? Do they have a beat? They didn't hear utility used too hard in mid. Camu's been sitting on the fault line this entire time, waiting to use it proactively off the contact from Neri. Tucked away in Cubby. At the same time, down long C, Issa continuing to pod. Now she's activated that alarm bot, baited out utility. They know so much is on this side. TL might gamble that this A side is open and go light on the entry util.
One flash, a dash. That's all that. Oh, Paranoia as well.
Paranoia. They hold on to a dog. They still have a sky flash, but watch this duel. Neri versus Issa. And Issa gets it once again. The pistol and the final round of the half. She's perfect.
And now look what TL have to hold on to this one. A couple mollies, but they are going to be forced away by this lockdown. Can they get out in time? Only 5 seconds to escape. Here comes the retake. SMG are in swiftly. Kohibi has the first kill already. Gun's picked up. She's out towards long and couldn't cancel back in towards the site. So everyone is off site for Team Liquid. Tap on the spike. Fight has to come soon. Kohibi gets a huge kill onto Bizarra. Now everyone is towards long. It's fully committed from Team Liquid, but SMG knows it. They'll fight forward. Well, the spike gets tapped.
Mas banget IGL kami memang terbaik soalnya.
Another massive round from Kohibi, and well, it's close. They've got time.
Kohibi has been picture perfect throughout this half. It's SMG leading, 7-5 going into the next. And it's coming after Team Liquid are pressured so consistently in those post plants. SMG's retakes were absolutely on the money, but now it switches. It's their turn to go on the attack. See, once again, Kohibi started this out with just a Sheriff to get that opener. Upgrades at the end for a couple extra more.
Dibantai, bro.
And takes it all the way for fourth finish.
The amount of rounds that both these teams have won with less than perfect weaponry is impeccable. But earlier, we spoke with SMG Shirazi regarding today's elimination match.
We feel very great because it was 2-0, and I think the second map was a bit close, but yeah, we still win. For us, I think we expected it to be like more dominant on both maps since we went 13-3 on the first map. I think at Bind, we just got a little bit confused since I think on Bind they play similarly to us. So yeah, we were a bit shocked, but yeah, we got the hang of it. I think everyone's mood was like, we're gonna pretend like this was Scream, and we're definitely gonna do our best and just play normally how we would.
Dissipates Kohibi right on their heels, puts one in between the eyes on Arami, tries to get onto the second, cannot. And it's Alexi, who is the hero in hookah, somehow through
Kemarin gak jelas aja.
I think my dad
Lari loh
is
ini.
a supporter because I've been playing FPS
Alexinya lari ya.
since I was a kid, and he inspired me to go pro. Hi Dad, I'm here. I hope I make you proud in APAC.
And while Team Liquid has had their parents here in Sao Paulo to support, Team SMG are a long way from home. The last team in this tournament that hadn't been to an international event before, and they have a chance here to at least guarantee top 3, to even have an opportunity for the finals against Shopify.
Yes, it was Neri that was robbed from attending Berlin Champions last year, losing in that 5th game on the super team of Alter Ego Celeste. We had to wait 365 days before she came back, and now just inches away from top 3.
We didn't even know if she'd have a team this year. She didn't at first, joins SMG late, but look at her now. This team is performing, and they have a strong half. Let's see what their attack on Haven has in store.
The caster nade pack.
Tadi lihat bro sama Neri.
Coordinated they are. They don't even have to talk to each other to know what they're thinking, and they're all zooming into the A site.
Neri dash forward, and Daiki is deleted. Still, Issa has flooded in. That's the power of this Viper Orb, but she needs to find the shots off of it. One, that's not good enough. SMG have the site and a big advantage.
Bastarda already on the flank. Pushed down through C and into long. Dashes away though. SMG are aware of her pressure on that flank, and she needs to seek out that flank. 13 HP as a matter of fact.
And now that turret, her biggest enemy, she can't really get past it. Has to commit to breaking that, and Georgina's dead as well. SMG have this round in the bag. Kohibi will swing, and they'll take it.
That'll be a big one too. Not just TL losing the pistol, but so much harder to get that op online earlier into a half. They're upgrading in round 3. That means probably looking round 5, round 6 at earliest. That wasn't a huge issue for Team Liquid yesterday. Bastarda did not go into the op early at all. But if you remember yesterday too, her first half, she was not waking up. We see that once again with her only having 4 kills on that attacking side. It is once she gets proactive on the defense that she's able to find her way back in.
And that's what happened in overtime. That's how they won 2-0 against BBL. They'll need it again here. Walk down mid for TL.
She went from bottom frag to top frag. And now she's going from defender side to attacker side. Once again going for the flank. 4 players this time around from Team Liquid.
SMG have Alexi in an off angle here. That's 1 and 2. Security easily. Never stop moving, never stop shooting.
That's the trick. You got SMGs versus pistols. Your feet better be dancing. The cop from Footloose, absolutely furious.
Shirazi will dance again. She's good at it. And well, it's not going to be a flawless round this time. She's spotted out with no hope of anything in this round. So that's maybe another gun. Damage.
A gun, some damage. No. It's just simply not meant. I actually think dying to spike here is more optimal. Alexi's already on 4 orbs, so making sure Alexi can't take a fight. You can see SMG are leaving Alexi because they want her to take that fight to farm it on up. You're not going to win the race to the ult orbs after losing pistols. You might as well just whisper your way into the night.
And that she does. So SMG leading by 4. This anti-bonus is going to be pivotal if Team Liquid have a chance to come back.
Bastarda really likes to get activated, especially on the short angle on A. We'll see if she goes for that or if it's going to end up being over towards long. Team Liquid aren't overloaded into this area, and because they are playing without the breach, it's a little more challenging to fully commit your way into that A lobby. You don't have the breach to force anyone off that.
SMG dominated the opening kills in that first half. That tide needs to change for the side of Team Liquid. Bastarda in the smoke towards long, but it's just a fake. And she has to dash away. But they're already so far forward. I mean, there's no way you expect them to just keep running behind that. Bastarda taken off guard and Daiki on site. She doesn't have a chance to really get out of this one. Has to try and fight forward, flash through. Her teammates coming in to join her.
It's full chaos. 3 defenders already on site for Team Liquid. That's SMG smoke that they're hiding out in.
But it's going to drop soon. And Aniri is ready to on the other side. And they are all gone.
Nice one.
A beautiful shutdown by SMG. The little
Irazi, kamu jauh
at
banget.
the end there to isolate all these kills. They handle a very complicated round so well.
Some funky utility and the spray transfer at the end from Cameo, the absolute cherry on top. Let's see it again. Because obviously Bastarda, she always looks for that second fight. She's always swinging back in the angle, but there you have it. Woo!
That's
That is nice. There's even a pole coming down in case it wasn't at the end. Shirazi is always supporting her team with the Astra, and that's almost the most fun thing you can do on the Astra. You don't even have your gun out half the time. You're in outer space just dropping comets, poles, stuns, everything down on the enemy.
Second pause here for Team Liquid. They are down 10-5. This really seems like the first time since that opening match where they got sent down on this lower bracket run that they have been far behind in a map.
It's been 2-0s for them every time, and it's been them leading at a half as well. They have never been in this situation. And even if you look at Team Liquid and how they performed internationally last year, the only 2 teams Team Liquid has lost to on the international stage, G2 and last year's Shopify Rebellion.
And it's a different one than this year, but those are the 2 finalists. And the only team they've lost to in this tournament thus far, also G2, one of the favorites for the tournament. Unfamiliar situation here.
It would be heartbreaking to go out against SMG, but we are getting a little ahead of ourselves. Still map number 1. The Team Liquid Bastarda actually given the Spectre of all things. And it's overloading. 4 players into A lobby. Without the breach, you almost need the extra numbers to fight this. You need Jujina on the scene with Paranoia to make something happen, but SMG are avoiding it entirely. It could just be a fast C split for them.
And there wouldn't be much to stop. Just one Molly. Team Liquid already committed to playing retake here, and they've made the right decision.
Yeah, you know, Team Liquid will have a lot of flankers potentially, but I like the decision to flush out mid, make sure there's no lurk coming in, instead re-clear mainly through Garage.
Spike planted. Bastarda alone. And this off angle is gross from Shirazi.
It's a game of chicken.
She wants to fight this one. Is very suspicious of someone close in. But could that timing get the better of her? She's stuck in that extra
kambing.
lane, and Bastarda picks the perfect timing, but the rest of her team is just disappearing on the site. SMG contends with the flanker and with Bizera as well.
Dideketin kata kamu.
Clean round.
And SMG are getting close to ultimates. That's how you close out a half like this. When you get obliterated and you lose that anti-bonus, SMG can carry that all the way into the future. What I'm looking at right now is 1 off Hunter's Fury for Alexi, 3 off for Cameo,
Last one down.
and Team Liquid well a ways off. This is a must-win round. They lose this, you might as well wrap it up. SMG are going to have so much firepower heading into round 18.
And even if you win, it's still a long road to come back in this map.
Yeah, 3 stars placed at the start of the round. SMG really showing their hand into an A-hit. They don't freeze often, and they're not doing it this time.
Dikey's getting ran over on these sites round after round, but this time she stands up to it. What is that transfer? Dikey doing it again. Finds another shot. She has got it again.
Kasih S-nya Alexi.
She's one off the ace.
Kasih S-nya Alexi.
Crowd wants it.
She's hunting for it, Mimi.
And Alexi will run. She'll try to hide, but the troops are on their way. Dikey is ready to claim what is hers, and while she missed out on the shots, she did enough in that round.
It's 5-11 in an elimination match, and we're hunting for the ace.
If there's something to get the energy back in, that's it.
Might as well. By the way, the ultimates, Dikey with a 4K got that Seekers back immediately. And the angling she's in front of that traditional angle, she barely sees the setup of the breach utility. A paranoia to come out and support her as well.
You often forget how good Georgina is as a support player when she's winning so many clutches, but she was crucial in that round for Dikey. Here we go again, though. SMG's money is not broken. They have another rifle round, another chance to press on to game point.
SMG are going to run into this walkout. Bastarda escorted all the way up into Cubby, thanks to the hold from Georgina. And she actually teleports back into Cubby. Seekers as well. We'll see 3 very near into A lobby. But it's really difficult for Team Liquid to lean back over into A. Now that Bastarda is pushed all the way into C, that allows Georgina to rotate, slam over into A. Team Liquid could have as many as 3-4 players here very early, especially with that Sky Flash continuing to ping out. The problem is there's no dog left from Dikey, so he's not able to use that and get perfect info.
These A anchors have been tested round after round. Here's another one. Dikey will tuck towards short. Issa backside, isolated duels, but this time the entry dies, and Dikey keeps going from last round. Can't get to, but Issa, she's doing it all. Now teammates have joined, flooded back into the site, thanks to her utility.
And they're completely trapped. Bastarda's pushed all the way in around them. They have to fight forward. They have to win their ones. Kohaibi gets the first, continuing to look into the backside, but it all goes down to Alexi. 1-on-2 on site. Still the Jet coming in at her flank.
Only 53 health.
She's taking her time. Now she's suspicious. Where is the Jet? Moves forward with only 10 seconds remaining. Gets the first, but Georgina is there.
Team Liquid, they're bringing it back. A big 7th round one, momentum in their sails.
It is the site anchoring of Team Liquid that is just world class here, Mimi.
And it goes back to the difference in composition. This is where that Viper is so helpful. You can play the flood retake. You can utterly toy with your opponent on which angles you could play. Team Liquid does it so well.
The stall utility has been there. And SMG on the other side, you know, one of the best ways you can break out this stall comp is by dominating the line into A short. That breach fall line is so powerful on that angle. But the issue in that last round was, while Dikey was stunned up by the fault line, the fight on the right-hand side of the site was won by Issa, so that wraparound from the Jet, from an Airy, wasn't able to come in time to play off of the breach stun. That utility combo between your duelist and also your initiator has to be perfect, or else you're not going to be able to capitalize, and Team Liquid will stall you out and win out in their holds.
First time out of the game being taken for Team SMG. The first moment where the momentum has shifted in favor of Team Liquid. where the energy has come back into this arena.
I would like to see Team SMG come back into this round with focus on mid control. They've done a lot towards A lobby, and one of the best ways to punish this Viper comp is by eating up the Killjoy utility around mid. Oftentimes, defenders will leave that B site soft, rely on the Killjoy utility to stop a lurk from coming in. And that's why I even love more that Team Liquid are focusing on mid control this time around. Bastarda up on the high angle.
They're very good at finding a new strategy out of their opponent's timeouts. Is it the right call, though? Because SMG will pressure A lobby yet again.
It's an early dog from Daiki. She goes into it so up in the side out of garage door. Kohaimi gets the first, but Bazera is there for the trade.
1-for-1 is good because now they get space. Now they get Bastarda up deep in mid.
The alarm bot turned off as well. It's Shirazi, though, moving back on the reclear. She expects players outside in mid.
Bastarda's crosshair is placed for the wrong side, and Shirazi is clearing this.
Doesn't matter.
Not thorough enough. Bastarda wins it, but Inari has walked into A in the back lines. Daiki is caught off guard.
Daiki is completely caught off guard because they have no forward information over there. Forward as well, but Zera gets the kill. And control out of heaven. The Molly could push players off this angle. They're going into A-Link. Bastarda gets the first kill. Camu left alone and spammed through the wall. Issa finds the final.
They're choking them out from all angles. The change of pace to fight into mid, to entrench Bastarda is all so important to win that late round.
Sulit bro ini.
Bastarda waking up
Ada
is the
tanda
difference
ini.
for Team Liquid in the second halves.
It's what happened yesterday. It's how they beat BBL, and it's happening again.
Mati coy itu Bizera.
Eager rounds here now for Team SMG. They'll get a hero rifle on Inari, but this is Team Liquid's chance to bolster their lead, to pull back into this one.
Eco rounds usually mean a fast pace, and that's what I'm seeing from SMG this time around. Quick into long, put Inari in a position to fight, and they make this fight happen for her.
Short control is so important, and Team Liquid are holding on to it yet again. Dog, forward Daiki, has to dance around this box, has to deal with so many players. Flash is good, she isolates, fight onto one side, can't get this right transfer, and now SMG are getting kills. They've cut Team Liquid down to 2, and ults are being invested.
Alexi canceling out the lockdown so they can stay on site. They have a spike. Shirazi sees the head of Issa.
Kamu spike-nya, Cok.
Zera can't stop the spike from being recovered. And now it's a 1v3 ahead of her. Crossfire's established. She needs perfection. And Inari is ready. Team SMG, map point.
Map point stolen away.
Harus dikitin kali ya. Wah, parah nih.
Hero rifle from
Tanda,
Team
masa menang
SMG
tuh.
there. And it all comes down to this on the site, and Neri and Shirazi coming around, looping into backside. Daiki caught completely off guard.
And every round, Christy, is coming down to these A anchors. It's make or break for Team Liquid. All the pressure has been on them.
SMG aren't going anywhere else. It's crazy. They just keep slamming their heads into the site. And on the eco round of all things, that's when it works out. Okay, I guess we run it back once more.
The tools for SMG to close this one out are great. Huge ultimates, Rolling Thunder, Lockdown. And again, because this breach comp, they just get A lobby for free every round. But look at the setup. A player in the close corner. This has never been done before from Georgina. Where's that reaction? Rolling Thunder into the site, but it will hit nobody because Short is the primary, but no one is looking at Shirazi. Georgina turns in time. She's still alive and all to get out, but she has to fight. She is forced to duel, and she dies.
Bastarda coming fast in on the flank. Has the knives to be able to pop. The two remaining players from Team Liquid flooding out from CT. Plan to actually cancel, but there's so much time to work with here.
Inari desperately wants a fight.
Aduh, kambing mati
Here
dong.
comes that flank with Startup. Perfect angle, perfect shot.
Down A.
Inari has to hunt forward. Has to get the spike, has to flush out behind her. And Bastarda's coming in from short now of all things.
Tap on the
Mati
spike.
dong.
Team Liquid do not give the fight. Bastarda walks out. And Inari's just not looking. Team Liquid stay alive yet again, and critically, SMG use some big ults into that round, and they cannot win it. That's the Rolling Thunder bomb.
Yes, Team Liquid have been punished for playing back on site, so fighting forward. And the Rolling Thunder doesn't hit anyone, right? Because they're so forward into short. That's the type of adaptation you expect from a team as strong as Team Liquid.
This is Team SMG's first time on an international stage. And Team Liquid, they've been here before. Daiki has called in positions like this before.
Daiki has called for the pivot. Full Killjoy setup over on A. Kahibi on the other side saying, we're not dealing with A, we're splitting into C quick.
For the first time, it's something new out of Team SMG, and Bastarda is forced to drop down. Finding a shot here would be massive, but she's running out of time on her dash, and her teammates are having to fall back. Lockdown, keeping her at bay, but she wants to fight. Bastarda goes 1-for-1.
Seekers available on retake for Team Liquid. But there's the Cosmic Divide. Tough to break through now. And that position in window is massive. Kahibi gets the opener. 2 players wrapping around her into garage door, but she falls back into sight to join her team.
The safety of the Cosmic Divide. And a brutal angle to deal with. She'll throw Molly, she'll play close to the dog, tags her, and Bizarre tries to follow up. But as she dies, she pops the Molly, which means no trade from Daiki. Easing into the back line, finds 2 fights. Daiki helps her out.
Yeah.
And it leaves it on Shirazi. Stalls time for a moment. It'll work in her favor. But she needs to rely on spam. She needs to rely on luck. And well, she found one. Can she get Isa off? Can she stop this?
Bangke. Nice one si Raji. Mamang Raji, nice. Bangke, hampir dikit lagi coy itu.
That's a way to open the day. The Red Bull clutch for Shirazi at the finish. In the 1v2 of all things. And Team SMG,
Dapat 7,000 coy.
they play with speed. They play just to overwhelm you. 5 players running in over and over again.
Bener, coy.
It happened on this side as well.
Jedik-jedik sama dia, cok.
And even though Team Liquid had new ideas, it was SMG on top.
Team Liquid down a map. If they want to stay alive in front of their home crowd, they're going to have to recover after
Next
this.
yang bro. Bainnya Liquid. Kena ban, cok.
Red Bull gives you wings.
Red Bull gives you wings. Red Bull gives you wings. Setelah bisa balas dendam lawan G2 Gozen. Kenapa? Di Mister okay.
Colbat of Team SMG. So just wanted to know, what was the team's reaction when you guys found out that you were playing up against Team Liquid, and how did the team prep?
Okay, so for Liquid, right, Palestra has been really nice. Even before we flew, he actually reached out to us like, can we scream, can we like hang out and stuff. So he's been really nice to us. Unfortunately, schedules don't clash. So for the girls, I feel they were actually quite like excited to play Liquid and Scream, but I mean, fortunately, we survived to play them. So yeah.
So it happens on this stage. All right, let's see if SMG can close this one out.
Aw, that is so cute. Reached out for scrims.
I want them to win.
And now you
Scrub everything. Scrub everything. SMG wins the entire tournament.
You can't say that.
I agree with that. I said that.
Why
too.
not?
Wow. Okay. Well, I guess we can't say that. Never mind. I mean, I love that you guys this time around both agreed. Last time you guys were about to like punch each other, so this is great. It's a different pace. Looks like we worked on the friendship. I'm really proud of you two.
Yeah, we're working on it.
Let's have a look at the retake specifically from SMG, because that's definitely something that they've worked on.
Yeah, exactly. I think that this was a wonderful display and definitely an explanation to why they wanted to play this Haven. We were talking about how Team Liquid was great at those retakes, but what SMG was doing, the combos that they were doing with all the utility, I think that the Astra was wonderful. Every single chance that they got, they used it to their favor, and it was beautiful to see.
Yeah, it was clean. I mean, like you said, the utility was just on point for them. And I said earlier, like, if you're playing this comp against the Viper, you need to be efficient with your utility, and it was extremely efficient. This round was just chaos, right?
Yes, exactly. I think that it starts with a little bit of a misplay here and there, but the way that they were recovering time and time again. And talking about recoveries, Team Liquid had a very, very hard time actually managing to get the upper hand by getting the first kill. There were so many instances, I believe that almost half of them, where they found that first kill and weren't able to convert the round because SMG already was one step ahead time and time again.
Which is absolutely crazy to think about, because in the pre-show today ahead of this game, Baby Bay, we highlighted Bastarda's First Bloods and how they've been converted into wins, but we've also highlighted how TL has been incredibly great at doing the retakes, and it feels like SMG just took a page from their book.
Yeah, SMG definitely did their homework on this map. You could tell they were very well prepared, even on that attacking side. Like, that attacking side was, I feel like it was just a bunch of hard reads, fast plays, because they knew, they were like, okay, we're running an Astra. We don't have the Omen to play a slow game and have that smoke come back up again. So we have to take the sites with our two smokes.
Yeah, and I think it was the intention, right? All that we talk about, of course, they are also very aware of. So if they know that they're going to be playing for the retake, they're going to give you the space. They're not going to put up a big battle for it. So just go inside and fight.
And round 15 particularly was one that you wanted to highlight, Baby Bay.
Yeah, like, this is just like, they ran it down A, like the first 2 rounds on their pistol round bonus, but like, look at this smoke. And I've only seen Fnatic do this smoke before, and what it does is it denies that delay from Team Liquid. So it's just a stalemate right now, and they're gonna do a pinch as the smoke is fading, and then everybody from Team Liquid is just gonna get just absolutely obliterated here. And it's just beautiful to see this type of patient play. And this is what I was saying. Yeah, they were running it down earlier in the series that they played, but after their G2 game, they have a whole nother level.
Number one, exactly.
This woman is a menace. Because you look at her and you wouldn't know. You wouldn't be able to tell.
She's adorable, but she really made life difficult for Team Liquid, and we now have the aim lab shooting route, so let's check in on Eneri.
Koyo, Cok. Apa nih? Asen ya? Lucu itu. Wine-nya aneh.
Definitely, an area was on point, but I think that this is one.
Yeah, I think this is one of the first times actually that we're gonna be looking at SMG playing some of these practice rounds particularly.
Yeah.
But I mean, Baby Bay, is this what you do 24/7? Is this anything similar?
I'm a big fan of aim labs. I definitely mess with aim labs. I'm just curious why
Pilih
she decided
bari.
to play a Sentinel. Is this foreshadowing that they think they're gonna lose bind? Is that what's going on here?
Yo, that's okay. Good point.
Are they doing the big brain play? They're like, okay, let me start warming up on a Sent here already, huh? I mean. But yeah, I think aim labs is great. I think aim channers are good. I think if you're out there and you want to improve on your aim specifically, you should do these scenarios like that.
Okay, respect. Does it help you?
Definitely helps.
Aksen banget.
Really?
100%. Because
Lebih lebar.
even just getting used to like the head elevations, making sure your crosshair is at perfect height, it all matters at the end of the day.
Wow. Thanks, man. That's some really great
Start playing
advice.
some aim labs, right?
Start playing aim labs. Okay. Whoa.
No, I think it's very good, especially for discipline. You know, like when you start doing a routine and you get used to doing it every day, is the kind of thing that you have to work on yourself if you really want to become like, you know, the next step of a good player.
Yeah, and Kohabi particularly, I mean, we've seen her absolutely pop off this time around. It would have been actually great to see her aim lab routine, but I think we also have a couple potentially of some highlights coming up at some point. But let's head over to Team Liquid's coach, Palestra, and see what they have to say ahead of Bind, which also happens to be their map pick.
I am here right now with Palestra of Team Liquid. Palestra, I just heard from Colbat that SMG was trying to get you as their scrim partner for the longest time, even before they flew over here to Sao Paulo, Brazil. What does it feel like now that you're up against them and it has to be on this stage in an elimination match?
I was hoping to face them in the tournament, even though we couldn't scrim before the tournament. I know it would be fun because they are aggressive, so it's a fun play style, it's a fun game. We like to play like that as well. So first map, I think we know how to adapt right now. They're pacing, so we'll show our best one more time and hope we can get our pick on Bind.
Thank you very much, and let's see if Team Liquid can make a comeback on Bind.
Bind being
I hope
a
not.
map that is coming up next here, Baby Bay. That is something that we had a couple of questions about. We saw Haven being picked by SMG. We
Hope
said,
it's a fast game,
potentially.
bro.
They were looking at what Team Liquid did yesterday, took a little bit of notes,
Kira
and it's
kemarin
proven to
setengah 3 udah
be
mulai
right. Now we're heading on to Bind, and that being Team Liquid's map pick. You weren't too big of a fan of that either.
Yeah, I mean, but like, I wasn't a fan of the Haven pick from SMG, and clearly they did their homework and literally anti-stratted Team Liquid. And I'm wondering now, is it going to just be the same thing, like a mirror of what we just saw on Haven? Is Team Liquid just going to hard anti-strat Team SMG? Because I feel like they will, like, wanting to pick this map into SMG, who's looked so dominant on it before, it has to, like, they have to have something cooked up for this.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to see what they're going to be bringing out to the table, but I think as well when we're looking at SMG and the Prime Gaming Age and stuff like that, we're going to have a little bit of a sneak peek at it's identical compositions, which then again comes back to the point of who copied who?
I don't know. Everybody copied, you know, the Yay Chamber meta. Yeah, that's what it was. That's what they're copying. But no,
back in the day.
Yeah, that's some code. But yeah, this is gonna be good. This is a head-to-head straight up, and look at this, 100% win rate for both teams on this map. And I really wonder which chamber is gonna pop off more. And Kohabi looked so dominant in that last map, and she set the tone for their entire team.
All right, Bind is ready, so let's head over to our casters, Mimi and Ender, to see whether or not Team Liquid can hold on for their life.
Thanks very much to the Deaths. Thus far in this year, both Brazil and APAC have been so close to winning trophies. And both these teams are on that same precipice. They have a chance to stay alive, to face G2, to make it to the finals. But this map for Team Liquid, it is all about survival.
Survive through Bind, and then hope you can make it through Ascent at the end of the day. And Team Liquid have not played this map all tournament. The last time they played it up in the grand finals for the Brazilian region, they won it back then, but now it's a whole new game up against SMG on defense, who get so active so early. It's no surprise. A short, we're gonna fight.
We are. And Airy forward finds Pizarra. Here comes those trades from Team Liquid. Nade is excellent into the close corner, and Airy has to go forward. Bastarda takes her down. It ends 3v4 though, with Shirazi escaping. Back to U-Haul.
The pistol rounds have been real nice from Team SMG so far, but now Team Liquid down in numbers, down in health too. That's the big deal, 26-51. They freeze and they reset. They've got to group up and battle their way back into the site. It will be a 3-on-3. Kohabi's absent over on that B area. They can look to isolate Kamiyu here.
A lot to be done for her. Low HP players on the other side. They line up, and thankfully for her, Alexi supports. So, Georgina in a 1 versus 3 with her position already noted.
Everything kind of given up here. Maybe a chance to get an orb, but now Georgina completely trapped over in this corner. It's a fake flash as the rest of the team scales on up here, and SMG looks strong to kick off map 2.
That they do. Do not slow down the pace a bit from map number 1. Instantly full fighting through short, but they come out the better of it.
And look, SMG, they want to fight you. It's not always running at you on defense. A lot of the time, they just look to activate Aneri and Kohabi. Those two players often on opposite sides of the map, but they will always be looking to creep forward and take opening duels.
SMG means still moving under gunfire. Crazy thing for it to stand
That's the
for.
craziest name I've ever heard in my life.
It is, but they embody it in their gameplay. When they have that pace, when they can stay running at you, when they can control the speed of a game, they will bowl over even the best opponents.
The wild thing is that Team Liquid played against a team very similar to that yesterday in BBL, right? BBL zooming at them time and time. But no, SMG just doing a little bit better. And yeah, still moving on forward is Zaneri. Cameo to close.
Yeah, she was the player to embody Yaneri. But Team Liquid here. Rifles will come online. They've really struggled in the pistol rounds thus far this series. So this third round is going to be critical.
They also struggled on that last map to convert on the anti-bonus, right? Team SMG always able to find an angle.
remaining.
And this is where Team SMG will get a little bit more freaky with it, coming out on a low buy like this. It's actually going to be with Aneri and Kohaibi both playing over on this B side, so it's a hard read from SMG that B is going to be the area pressured. And they've got double smokes, the majority of their stall leaning towards that A site. But even then, it's funny, like Kamiyu will just jump right on forward, ready to take an early fight in showers, if it ends up being there.
Dog into hookah. That nade can go off contact of the trip. Goes a little earlier and finds nothing. But that does allow SMG to retake the space in hookah, so the dog is for nothing.
They can move back into A, but they don't necessarily know that it's just two players here. Usually Kohaibi would be leaning on this A side of the map.
And look at this walk-up. SMG are so proactive on their defense.
As soon as you're not full execing into them, they're gonna go up on that lurk into you. Issa left alone as the rest of the team scales forward, and two players still coming in quick.
Bastarda satcheling out. A fight in front grenade. She wins it over Shirazi. Kamiyu wants to deny this plant, but doesn't take the risk to go find her way through that smoke. On the other side, the flank has been activated instantly.
Aneri is still there. The second player trades it out, but she has to open up some space here. No, Daiki takes her down. U-Haul control maintained, Showers control maintained. SMG with not a whole lot to work with will be dealt with very swiftly. Kamiyu the last one to go down.
A wonderful round there from Team Liquid. Bastarda on this race. It seems like this tournament, that has been the role where she has been, honestly, more comfortable than the Jet she's normally known for. Her entry pathing is great here and also on the other maps that we see her on this race.
I think with that deeper dive too, the way she's playing instantly off of the sky flashes usually means the target is fully blind. There's absolutely nothing they can do. We saw it especially on their split performance as well.
Off up for Kohaibi here in the fourth round of play.
IB loves to fight into showers and into long, and that's where they're going once again here, although it nearly turns that flash expertly. Blast packs away.
Namale blocks off Bastarda, so no trade will come through. Beautiful start for SMG.
As soon as you praise the util combo, SMG just simply turn away from the flash.
She's so fast with it.
Here. Team Liquid without many options. No lurk into B means jumping through this teleporter is a death sentence, and moving forward is two. Aneri had repositioned all the way into U-Haul to find 3 in this round thus far.
It's a full rifle versus rifle round, and she's just cutting them down like eco frags. So precise with that aim. Daiki does have something to get back into this round for TL, but look how fast she's flanking.
Aneri is still going in. No blast packs anymore, but the showstopper will be an option. Team Liquid being fully encircled, but Daiki is fighting her way out of 3K for her now too.
They know about the flank. The Seekers are good, and they block off this rocket. It connects onto nothing. Daiki holds the line. She's got another shot. Missed a race last time. This is her chance. She'll escape towards short. Georgina joins her.
Jadi kalah, bro.
So much to play with too. The dog, the molly from Georgina.
Alexi has to get a fight early. She has to go forward. But this dog will push her back yet again. Flash for Daiki. Alexi going halfway. They'll fight off of it. Can she get her ace, or will Alexi win a clutch? Neither. Georgina the one to do it instead, but all Liquid care about is the round. And again, it's the leader of Team Liquid who's keeping them in impossible situations. On map number 1, it was all the rounds that looked like were theirs, the easy ones
Juga
that
dia
slipped away.
OS anjing bangke
You
kayak
can't
gitu.
forget that they also win miracles like this.
Daiki just dug her way out of that. So crisp, every single player contacting into her. And it's one fight after one fight. SMG getting a little bit loose once they have that massive numbers advantage. You can feel them almost riding the momentum. But now it's them straight back into TL's quarter.
Dog up through short immediately from Team Liquid. They're just trying to feel out the aggression, and you know it's coming.
I think TL realized that, well, that aggression usually comes out from showers. And Bizarre playing the very deep line. Could put so much damage onto Kamio as well, down to 4 HP.
And the Team Liquid Classic. Freeze in the mid-round, get your advantage, don't overheat on the Santiago.
Just big chill. TL's prep will definitely have told him about those extremity fights on defense. Be long and showers repeatedly. And I think what we've seen from Team Liquid has been a lot of short control. They're investing Daiki's dog almost immediately, because if they don't see a raise or a chamber fighting that angle on short A, they know it's one of these default setups from SMG.
Timing there for Bastarda. Little rough, but she doesn't lose her life. An A exec forthcoming. SMG, though, they will have another flank here.
SMG always going for these mid-round gamble flanks. Some mollies to play with here if they want to stall out on the site, but just Sheriff's means they're going to want to hunt those out. Bastarda finds the first inside of the smoke.
They can put a priority on her getting these kills. Get that rocket online soon. Flank is ready. And so is Georgina. Holds the angle beautifully and shuts it down. Shirazi has only 5 HP. And Team Liquid have handled this eco very well.
I think the challenge both of these teams are going to end up facing is making sure they win all the free rounds,
yes.
right? We saw Team Liquid lose so many anti-ecos back on Haven. Frankly, if they win those, they should have won Haven. Now we've already seen SMG have a round slip away from them. When you have teams that play so quickly, it is so important to be able to freeze in the mid-round, and that is the class that Team Liquid have shown us here already multiple times this tournament.
The first time that Team Liquid is sending an inquiry towards SMG as to what the next layer is. On Haven, the extremity aggression pretty much always worked on defense. Now they need to find something new. Or just double down, because it is SMG after all.
That's the crazy thing, is sometimes SMG will just tell themselves, hey, we actually just should have won that fight, and then it's fine. And then they just keep doing it, and it works the next time.
Take a timeout. Quick reminder, hey, we're better than that.
That's my favorite timeout to roll on in with. But SMG, what I'd expect from them, looking down the barrel of some pretty powerful ultimates, Brimstone, Raze on the opposite side, is maybe overload with more forward fighting on one area of the map. So similar look to I think it was round 2, where they played both the Raze and Chamber on B side. You want to take those fights early away from them, so you don't just get trapped deep backside against those two massive site clearing ultimates. The other side maybe play a little bit of stall util with your mollies.
SMG very close to a lot of important ults here. 3 of them to be precise. So extremity control to get an orb.
Kami belum ada kill bro, udah 5 ronde.
Alexi over towards B, but on A, it's a far more passive setup. Maybe trying to play flood retake past these smokes?
Debated.
Oh, never
Absolutely
mind.
not.
Of course they're going showers.
I love Alexi trying to bait the casters out and then, of course, go into that showers fight.
They always will. That is aggressive from Kohaibi.
It's funny because usually you intentionally get pinged by that Sky Flash just to feign some presence, but Kohaibi steps back into the fight.
Who else does that?
And they're wrapping them from B site. That's a showstopper. They know players have pushed up. They hear the feet going forward. Bastarda is continuing to come around.
Issa, she's the important one here. Has been playing all the way around. The rocket just misses out, but Issa does not. Kohaibi the next to be cleared. Georgina checks on her. So well done by Team Liquid.
SMG trying to use that ultimate to clear out his elbow. Daiki forced into the fight. She takes it with ease. 1 for 1 at the start. And the smokes obfuscate the vision. Issa using all the utility in her arsenal to stall out the defuse.
The fight forward here. SMG want to get ahead of it, but now Shirazi is the only one left. She's still blocked off by smoke. She knows the round's over. She'll just look to duel Georgina, and she does not win that. This is the Georgina from yesterday coming back. The one who kept Team Liquid alive versus BDL.
The Georgina that never loses a clutch. The Georgina that always gets 3 kills when you run towards her site.
And this is the Liquid who is always on top of reacting, of adapting in the mid-rounds. Another very,
Alex
very
emang gak
complex
nyangka dapet itu
situation
karena
that they
ini kan
deal
mungkin
with so
di
well.
ulti,
They
Cok.
see that forward aggression be long, instantly wrapping around it with the Raze ultimate.
And that's the economy down again for SMG.
SMG on low econ, looking to creep into A short. No Skydog here, it's just a full fight down into long, trying to steal away that orb and get Kohybe the ultimate. Or rather, Shirazi the ultimate.
She has it. Won't be alive for the rest of this round. Straight up B hit for Team Liquid. The starter already out off of the dog, and they save a good amount of utility for this post plan as well.
SMG, if anything, need to think about solutions for these B post plans.
Yep.
Well,
Dikey.
You can't really solve that. Quite frankly, all the molly stall, the paint shells, everything, it's so frustrating to work into. Because Team Liquid, they'll play the early part of this post plant very far forward, like you can see Bastarda here, but they've still got 3 players ready to throw those mollies much later on into the round. It's almost a 2-phase defensive setup where you play those tight angles. Once the clock gets down to under 20 seconds, you can fall back, play time. Put so much pressure on SMG to break out early.
Team Liquid regaining their confidence they showed yesterday.
Apa si Mamang
Remember,
kasih
these
itu?
teams are not completely dissimilar. Team Liquid also loves prodding, getting aggressive, fighting you on multiple extremities at once. They can play that disrespectful style, and it is working in droves on Bind.
The main difference is in the mid-rounding for these two teams, because SMG will just continue committing forward the majority of time, whereas Team Liquid have that freeze option, which is so important on a map like Bind.
The most important tool in Dikey's belt.
Nggak kena, bro.
But teleport is too fast. She misses the shot. Here comes an orbital strike into the backline. They wanted to try and pressure Kohybe, but her teleport wasn't there. And now she's in trouble, getting swung from so many different angles. And
Mati lagi dua-duanya, cuy.
they pinch her, they take her down, they have showers and the post plant.
Team Liquid were sitting on that one, that's for sure. They know the prep, they know about that double showers fight. It's a perfect pinch for them. And Aries still looking to play into this round, seeking a fight into showers. The turnaround, it's 2K for her. The paint shells pushes them off the angle in showers, and she continues to look forward. A 3-on-3 now for SMG, and the Seekers to get them into U-Haul. Aneri, the satchel back to support her teammate. The fight is not won in U-Haul, though.
Bastarda trying to find a fight on one side, but it's the other front that becomes important. SMG winning out on it. Bastarda swings, and she falls. SMG, they get dominated to start that run. They lose all their players in showers, and they win out in the 3v5 retake.
Aneri just silenced the crowd here. I mean, dead quiet after that one.
Gila, Princess nice banget.
Happiness on those shots right there. That's the second player. She saw 3 players, and the first one she saw isn't even the one she killed.
And that's how Kanye gets another kill. That's so important to win that round.
Sorry, beautiful.
Do you think she said we're not going to win the round, and then Aneri just rolls in, dominates?
That's awesome.
For the stolen ace.
Anjir, bisa begitu, bro.
Team Liquid after that
Line up.
down, and now Kohybe, that position she has taken, she's gonna keep inching forward, and Isa has no way out.
Bastarda
Aduh, kambing.
soon to take a fight against Aneri. Which Raze wins?
Nice.
Aneri. Of course
Incest,
it is.
bro.
She is so dominant in opening duels.
Oh, the rocket now too, and
kambing.
continues fighting
Jauhan.
forward.
But she still wins.
Unbelievable, and in showers too. Kohybe gets the operator shot. Isa recovers the rifle, but SMG just blow Team Liquid apart.
We thought they'd have to try
Leo
something,
Sani
slow something
ulti,
down, stop fighting everywhere all at once. They don't.
They honestly did though, because it was a slow play. It was off angles from them, and instead of fighting B long and showers where they have every single round, they fight both short and into U-Haul.
It's really the same strategy, just in a way that subverts the expectations of Team Liquid.
That's exactly it. Now the operator finished the deal.
Mind gaming flawless there.
I really like the way SMG play, because it's not just, you know, switching complete, oh, we're going to fight on both lanes now too. It's about fighting over teleporter lanes on bind, right? When you're showers and long, you have the option to pitch back into showers by activating that teleporter. If an area had run into trouble in sand there, you better believe there could be players running through that TP to fight back into hookah.
And think about the rounds that Team Liquid is winning. It's late rounds where they wiggled around to say they are never getting early control of those important lanes. They're never getting these, you know, classic bind rounds where we take the whole map and then late round going for a teleporter pivot. They haven't had that option, which makes the calling for Daiki so much more difficult.
It's been a little bit more the early dog into short. If nothing there, then we pinch. And they've been looking to wrap into the extremities. The space that SMG has taken, but the round she doesn't. That's the round. Team Liquid end up getting punished. I think for Team Liquid, looking at this one, they do have the Seekers for them, and that can almost nullify the pitch Razi's got on the opposite side. Be very impactful for the actual sight hit. Not as useful using it early on. Sometimes you can use the Seekers to break an operator, which may be important, especially if Daiki ends up losing the dog in the early round. Those Seekers making it so Kaibi has to tank a shot, fall off a line. By Team Liquid a lot of space.
That streak of rounds from Team Liquid means they still have a solid bank in reserve. But they need to regain this momentum if they want Ascent.
There are 4 players on A short for Team SMG. Neri is up on the truck, and then you've got Kohaibi taking the early op shot. It's a trap because they showed just the op here last time, so now the op would teleport off, and there'll be 3 players behind it. Lucky for Team Liquid, they're not stepping into it this time around.
But now this op is on a very forward line, so the rest of SMG can rotate off and leave her entrenched.
Oh no, so it's an early dump off of leaving your Bizarra here. But they have to go back, pick up that op, and like you say, go straight into the forward line. 2 rounds in a row. You wouldn't expect that, would ya?
Kohaibi has a lot of angles to watch here. She'll trade with her teammate again. Now in time, flash in her face, forced to teleport away.
That's where the Seekers are so meaningful. SMG have to fall back side, but Kohaibi continues fighting forward. Traded out and dealt with now on the B site. Bizarra has an option to get this site for her team, bring Team Liquid back into it.
But they have to pick the right moment to call that rotation. If they even do, they freeze.
Bizarra couldn't find anything, and now she's expecting the long player to have pushed forward, but she heard a bird, and now she knows it's a site play from SMG.
Bizarra makes a step.
Trouble.
Alexi on an off angle towards elbow, but she only hears one. Team SMG are committed to their setup. They have not moved an inch on A.
25 seconds. Only 1 smoke for Georgina. They have to scale forward, but Shirazi gets the opener. Out of showers, though. Georgina is perfect. The pit goes down. The spike planted as well.
Spike planted.
Alexi has great utility for this post plant. A dog, a flash. But she has to make Shirazi a hero. And Shirazi has to rise to the occasion. Spots Bizarra towards short. Ducks away. The fight is focused on this pit. And Issa is so far back. She's happy to tuck away, to even let this drop if she needs to. Now fighting back in, Alexi holds the line. Ult committed, but the pit is down. Bizarra finds Shirazi, so it's only Alexi, and she has no idea about Georgina's position. She's worked her way all the way through showers. She's found 4 in the round, and she has turned the tide back towards Team Liquid.
Georgina does it again for TL.
13 and 4 to start this map on Brimstone.
On attack, it's not even her anchoring a site. My word.
Sayang banget mati berdua ini Remo kami.
Getting the second. You can see the game sense knowing exactly where that second player is going to come from. Unlocks the ultimate for the late round too to finish it off. SMG keeping things similar. Once again, down short A, Kohaibi with the operator. Looking to bait out or destroy this Viper.
Crossfire for SMG. First time this has been fully tested in long. Flash, Roomba up, Aneri will send a nade forward, but it's Alexi the focus of the round. She just holds down left mouse with her Phantom, and she kills 2. That has already crippled this round for Team Liquid.
Alexi's been fantastic this tournament. Bizarra would have to find something here. Shot just nearly goes wide.
Nice one, Princess.
She's always good for that double. And poor Daiki.
It's not an easy one here, is it? Has some time to think about the final round because, honestly, in the slow-paced rounds or when Team Liquid don't spread the map, it allows SMG so much forward position, so much forward information. It almost traps Team Liquid into forcing one area of the map.
Daiki desperately wants to get a fight here, get a little closer to that ult, but she well knows this is over, and the triple swing, that will assure it. 5-2-6.
Last round for the...
Maybe in this final round, Team Liquid could look for an embed again. They do have enough to get a bye going here. Pazera's got the operator dip into as well. I'd love to see Pazera just ego this fight on Showers. Take that for herself, open it up, because Team Liquid, by not fighting into Showers or into Long, usually, it means you're not losing a player instantly, which is trouble, but also it allows SMG really great positions to tuck back into when Team Liquid decide to exec in.
You want to play? Let's play.
Koahibi taking this fight that we've seen many times before. That's been successful before. That Issa is not ready.
Apa cok belum dipasang?
That is a massive opener for SMG.
At the same time, Team Liquid have gotten all the way down B long. It's only a sole player here. Kaibi going to be very slow on the rotate.
Teleportnya belum dipasang kami.
Team Liquid have to pump this very quickly, and Alexi has a 1v1.
She is completely alone here, and of course it's Georgina to take her down. B site secured for TL.
A shocking round there, but Team Liquid faint away from Kohibi's operator. It'll be up to Bastarda playing this first contact line. What can she do for Team Liquid?
She has a rocket, a satchel if she needs it, to fight forward here. Kami, you close. The rocket connects. Bastarda's still alive and ready for another fight as her teammates help out on the other side. It's an Airy. Desperately trying to get something done with a rocket of her own, but Bastarda has got the angle. Raze is just her agent.
Bastarda having a good one here. And Team Liquid wake up. They're the ones with the lead going into the second half on their map choice of Bind. Georgina, throughout it all, was absolute class. Now she gets to dominate on defense. As we look forward to the second half.
It's going to be an important one. Do or die for Team Liquid. SMG,
fala galera, agora eu tô aqui com a família da Isa. Eles estão acompanhando de novo o jogo aqui. Vou perguntar pra eles como tá a emoção de ver pela segunda vez a filhota jogando aqui. So I'm here with Isa's family. They are watching this for the second game of the daughter. So I'm gonna ask you how they're feeling, what they think about being here. Soraya, e aí, segunda vez assistindo a filhota, como é que você tá se sentindo aqui?
A emoção tá grande e a torcida também.
E a confiança tá alta?
Com certeza.
I'm really happy being here. It's so incredible to see my daughter playing here, and I'm really confident that we're gonna win. E Matheus, você joga também ou só deixou para sua irmã esse talento?
Então, eu tento, mas não me comprometo muito.
Não tá no mesmo nível, a estrela é ela?
Não, a estrela é ela, a habilidade foi toda para ela.
So Matheus, I asked if he's playing Valorant also. He said he plays, he tries, but the talent is his sister, so it's good. He wishes good luck for her. So let's go Liquid.
So relatable. That is so relatable. My sister also clears me in Valorant, but it's time for the second half here on Bind. Team Liquid leading 7-5.
And Team Liquid trying to stay alive in front of their home, in front of their families. Against an SMG who has come to this tournament and impressed. Everyone knew about their win streak, how they went 34-0 in APAC, how they were the GOATs of that region. But it's so different when you come to your first international. Team Liquid knows that. They were dominant last year. They couldn't take home the trophy. But the thing is for SMG, that they've showed up and that streak doesn't matter anymore because they are performing on an international stage.
It's funny because listening to the team and the coach talk about that win streak, he said, no, people are just making way too big a deal of the win streak. They literally came to the international stage. They said, the win streak does not matter. We're going up against the best of the best now. And that's what they're finding in the #1 representative from Brazil. For SMG, what has been absolutely picture perfect for them has been a Neri and Alexi's combo, both the gunplay and also the entry for them on attack. They showed us layers back on Haven, and now on Bind, a chance as well.
Pistol rounds are so important. and Team Liquid has struggled in them thus far this series. If they could win one here, that would be the path towards ascent, the path towards survival. Dog up long for Alexi. SMG are going to fast split onto B. And Team Liquid in great positions to fall away, play retake if they need to. After getting an opening frag, there's a teleport. SMG have the site.
Yeah, they're going to have full control over Hookah. That poses problems for SMG. They have to turn around, watch their backs. No one's watching their back at the moment. Camu completely trapped away.
Great
And the
molly.
spam comes in from Georgina.
It's her again, but the trade is there. Issa gets taken down when her teammate left her, and here comes a fight towards elbow. Gohaibi gets one. She's going to keep going for more, but Bastarda is coming back into this site, is finding another massive round on the raise. Pause for Team Liquid. They wait, they force SMG to make the move, and they take advantage. It's only Shirazi 1v3. And it's just a matter of time before Team Liquid commit to this swing. Spike's not out, and she's not gonna get the round. Finally a pistol for Team Liquid.
Shirazi might have clutched the end of Haven, but not going to start off this second half with a bang. Team Liquid, I love the responsiveness from them jumping into the teleporter there. And SMG didn't look like they had a solid protocol to deal with it. They committed to the plant, even from a position where you're going to get spammed, you're going to get flooded out from mollies. They realized a little bit too late they needed to fight forward into elbow, in towards defender spawn. But you take your time against Team Liquid and they will punish you for it.
We've seen eco rounds get weird a lot in this series. And generally it's SMG who comes out the better. A walk up short, and Georgina has her chance with the Spectre. Flash in from face, she's getting pushed really far back, but Bazera does support, and they stay in control.
Shirazi just sent it, didn't she?
Yeah, no one else joined her.
I'm looking, where's the rest of the team? Like, Gohaibi is, checking out showers.
I'd expect that from Maneri, but, everyone gets their fun on SMG.
Look, Shirazi just had too much fun on the Duelist back on day one. Yeah. She's wanting to play the entry.
Bastarda, still feeling confident from that first half.
Too far.
She's gonna dance around with her satchels and eventually find that kill onto Gohaibi.
Now, one thing we saw from SMG with these mirror comps is they saved up to get that up very early for Gohaibi in the half. Not the same for Bazera this time around. She actually went all the way down. Armor plus the Spectre down to a big old 0. That op not going to be a chance in this round. They'll take the bonus though, and round 4, that's where it's going to come in.
What a map for Georgina and Bastarda thus far. Both of them have been performing expertly here on Bind. It's the first time that Liquid has played this map since the final here in Brazil, and they are looking great on it. Had VODs to prep against SMG, and that prep work has really shown through here.
In we go.
Team Liquid setup here. Might be to get Bazera to go a little bit more active up here in Hookah. The teleport puts her right underneath the window to take a second fight. She wants to fight early and often repeat.
Bazera can't get anything, in fact. Tries to teleport away, but Shirazi executes her. Towards long, Team Liquid have built themselves a home. The molly and the smoke,
teleport
though,
in.
It's a weak wall. The walls might just get blown down soon, but Bastarda coming from the other side will try and be that firefighter, try and keep her teammates alive towards long. Daiki, when is the pressure coming?
Here it comes with the smoke fading. Another one to reposition Daiki for the jump peek, but they're already up on top of her. And Daiki gets the kill somehow.
Another
the flash to come out too. Georgina finds it, and it's TL up in numbers.
And the spike. Everything they need to win this round. It's basically a 2v2. Issa not in the equation yet. SMG need to wait for the smoke to fall. And they do. Shirazi finds the shot. She's low on HP, but can she get more? Because Daiki is too. Needs at least one here, and she cannot get it. Shirazi is on for an ace, but Issa wants the clutch. 1v1. A foot race towards A.
30 seconds left.
And Shirazi escapes.
Shirazi's going all the way around the world. The full gamble on this one. Has the wall to scale up if she wants. Issa, can she look for half?
Issa's so healthy. It's an ace or a clutch. In the 15th round, and Issa is holding halfway. She hops off, Shirazi swings through, and Issa takes her down. Team Liquid, the first to double digits of a Red Bull clutch.
Perfect game sense from Issa. Reading the opposite Viper like a book. Knows she can get it to half, throws up the wall. and then prepares herself for the fight. It was a fantastic round from Shirazi at the start. Of course, dealing with the flanks coming in from Hookah, even down in numbers, confidently stepping forward to take those fights. But 22 HP, walking through a Viper's wall. Everything was stacked against her.
And that could just be the map. SMG only have pistols here, staring down the barrel of 11.
Staring down the barrel of an operator as well. Jumping on for Bazira, quick with it.
And here comes Georgina. She's ready for hers as well. Hot aim. It sure is crisp.
Prime Gaming flawless for Team Liquid. Getting the crowd back up on their feet once again. It was devastating. Losing back on Haven for them, but they are not out just yet.
You can see what it means. This year started in Brazil for VCT, and they were denied their trophy. The hopes of a country, of everyone here in Sao Paulo, all ride on Team Liquid running the gauntlet. They're a step closer with this map win, but SMG's not out of it yet. They'll call a pause.
They've got a full buy here. They've got a Viper's Pit in the post plant, but pretty far off the rest. The operator of Bazera has been very difficult for SMG to deal with. They don't have the best tools to make that happen. It is really just Alexi's utility. So contacting forward on multiple fronts and multiple lanes for SMG, that is very, very difficult for them. They can take the gamble, but do you take that gamble on 11? Also, against multiple consecutive rounds, even if you win this as SMG, that op is going to be coming back for the next 2 or 3 at least.
Last chance for SMG on Bind.
I like the idea of attacking down into the B site. I also would love to see them get active with the lurk on short, but both lanes dealt with right now for Team Liquid. There'll be an early flash from Daiki out into sand to make sure players aren't running up on that one. Bazera posts into long.
Rocket up. Wow. Bastorda is going in instantly. She can match SMG's pace, but can she find anyone? Not in time. It's Bazera on the other side, first to make contact.
And they go back. Wow, Bazera still continuing to look for this kill in market. Kohaibi gets that one, and now these players are pinched. Daiki over on the B side gets worse.
This is ridiculous on the site. But now we focus back towards the other side, where Georgina has walked all the way up into market off Daiki's dog and has found a pivotal kill. I mean, Alexi doesn't even know. She lets her out.
No one was where they were supposed to be in that round, and yet we come out of it. Numbers advantage for Team Liquid. 2 players on site currently, 3 brought back.
But this is where Team Liquid thrives, when the round slows down.
They still have their smokes. And right now, Bazera playing off-site.
Aduh.
They give him a shot. She's able to dodge away from it just barely.
Hit onto the site. It'll be a retake for TL.
How do they make this happen? Daiki, no dog, just a single flash can send that out from the vent.
But 1 kill and she gets Seekers. That could win them this round.
That would be huge. At the same time, Issa working her way slowly but steadily into sand, into Hookah.
Time is ticking. Team Liquid have to go now. Flash through. Daiki trying to find someone outside this pit, desperately wants the ultimate, but just on the other side lurks the Viper. And she's been spotted, but she takes down Georgina. Issa trades. That's a pit falling. Now Chaos on the site. Alexi needs to come alive. She's already gotten 1 and has it down to the clutch. Flash for her. She's got nothing else to work with. She's walled off by a smoke. She needs a miracle. We'll swing.
Alexi kambing.
Unbelievable!
Mati dong.
Alexi goes straight into the fire of her enemies. The 1v2, the Red Bull clutch. SMG are still fighting.
And there's silence in the arena again. That looked like TL's moment. Secure map
Itu yang tadi gue tunggu Alexi.
this map. But SMG isn't it yet.
5 rounds separating. This op still probing its way down into A short.
Mati dong.
Same idea as the last
Laman.
round. Destroy the Viper lineup and destroy it she does.
Taking a page out of Kohaibi's book. That is a beautiful time to change the pace for Bizera.
Lurking just isn't an option.
I've
When
got
teams
your
start
trail.
locking in the chamber, Seekers popped now, even though they know the op isn't on this site. Now they know 3 players are, and Bastarda gets a kill through the smoke.
Just spam it away. That's Alexi lost. No flashes to get into a site. That's fine. It's going to be nigh on impossible for SMG. They need to find a mistake. They need to find an opportunity.
Saving, it just doesn't seem like a viable option. If the clock gets too low, maybe it becomes one. But 6 in a row seems difficult.
But winning this one, maybe even more so.
Bizarra still on short. Back again with the operator. Smoke. Has plenty of time left on it.
Could go high, get the drop on her. Bizarra has a TP ready. Satchel in, she takes her time. Doesn't teleport out, but does find the kill. Still, SMG have traded. And now they have a big orbital strike in this post plant.
Ollie as well, but started going quickly in through Vance. Goiby takes the kill. It's 2-on-2 now. Flank in from Daiki. Down on A short. The kill to win the round. Daiki secures it.
But Goiby is alive. If there was someone to win it, it would be her. 1v2. Daiki's buying time. Issa's on her way. Amali on the spike. Daiki holding the angle. And Team Liquid, they secure map point. They shut down the clutch. They're on the precipice of ascent. They are fighting for their lives, and they are doing it damn well.
Fighting in front of their families here. It is Daiki on the flank. A massive kill. You talked about the ult, the volley, everything. But between the hold from Bizarra finding that opener onto the Viper, and then this shot coming out of the smoke right there, that was it for Team Liquid. They feel it. Only losing a single round on this half. And SMG have absolutely nothing. It is a hero rifle on Aniri, the hero for SMG.
And what a shot to find. The hero is slain. Bizarra has made herself a villain on this chamber.
What was that, an elbow? Through the wall?
It's all she needs. It seems the theme for Team Liquid. Now players start slow, and in the second half, they rise to the occasion. That's been Bizarra this map. It was Bastarda before.
SMG scale all the way up, but the op is back up in heaven.
Bizarra again.
Kambing Bizarra gue.
They'll try and stop
Ini jadi jago gitu, cuk POV-nya kampret.
Strike buys time for Team Liquid to flood in, and now there are mollies, nades, it's insult to injury. Can they even get this one down? There's a small gap, but the ult connects onto Jujina, and Goiby finds one with her ult. Is she the hero instead? Is she the one to rise to this occasion for SMG and keep them in it again?
Daiki on the other side, up into U-Haul. The operator shuts her down. Goiby gets that one.
And Issa does not have a chance. She will retreat. SMG will get another.
There's just no way. There's just no way SMG is winning this round. Aneri instantly deleted with the operator. Another player lost on the entry, and they fight their way back out, Mimi.
Team Liquid invested so much into this. Orbital strike. Most of their money, they'll be able to have another buy. They have many more chances. But every round like this is a step closer to overtime for SMG.
Dia bisa overtime, menang, bisa, relek.
I think Team Liquid's adaptation has to come in the mid-round. They're finding the openers now, but then it's in that second wave of sight hit, right? Because it's a 3 versus 2 on that site.
Anjir.
And SMG are able to win that. Oh, what a shot. That is
Undak,
nice.
bro.
I mean, when you start with 2 kills like those and can't win the round, I think SMG is winning more 3v5s than anyone else could.
And they are. And they're able to keep pushing forward and find those fights. That's where Team Liquid need to reset in the rounds. Maybe stack towards one site, not give those fights over.
Tour de force for Bizarra.
It'll be a fast A split, and 3 players from Team Liquid on the half buy are running out of B.
Bizarra can get out to heaven. She's trying to stick around. The shot didn't connect though. She'll escape. Aneri wants to fight. She'll push all the way towards spawn and get in a nasty angle, but Bizarra's got one of her own, and she's the one to connect the shot instead.
And now the flank activated. Daiki with the Sheriff gets a kill backside. 3 players on the flank, and Jujina, operator in hand, gets the kill from short.
Daiki will run for the hills. Bizarra will protect her. SMG need another hero.
One enemy remaining.
And they are falling. Kamiyu alone, a 1v4. Team Liquid, they have controlled this map from the beginning to the end. They close out 13-7. They push us to a set.
Map ketiga bro, map ketiga bro.
Is on its feet.
They will not lose here. Team Liquid, they will not let this run slip.
It was a dominant second half, but we're gonna have to step away for a quick break. Game 3 is just around the corner.
Ini predik. Gara-gara nggak predik, bocor maka jadi kalah. Banyakan yang predik ini. TMG cok. Map ketiga bro. Bisa.
And with that map closed out, either one of these teams is one step closer to heading up against G2, but the other, unfortunately, will have to go home. Welcome back. I'm Janiro, your host on the desk with Baby Bay and Kuka, and we're going to try and break this one down because, again, Baby Bay, you were wrong. Coming into this, you said, I'm not really the biggest fan of either one of the map picks that these teams went for, so how does it feel to be proven wrong?
Yeah, I mean, I also did say I am convinced that if they are picking this map, they probably cooked on it, and cooked is an understatement. They went crazy on this map, and a lot of it came from this play right here, Kukuka.
Me.
No, this play right here, Kukuka. This play right here.
Yeah, exactly. Daiki, exactly. On round 4, in this 2v5 situation where they managed to turn that around, we are talking about how important it is for Team Liquid to have the home crowd buff. And nothing is going to boost your ego higher than winning this round, because from then on, momentum just was on their side. round after round. Definitely beautiful to watch. Also, in talking about the preparation and choosing maps and all of these things, they had the chance of watching SMG, right? And knowing that they were playing with this composition. Now, Team Liquid knows exactly how to work around and against this composition because they play it as well. And I think that it showed off, especially when we were onto the later halves and V0 is having so much impact with the chamber. She knew exactly where to have the biggest impact in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. That's a very solid point. I was gonna bring that up as well because this was a chamber diff. Let's just be honest. But Kohebi had such a good first map. I was surprised how much of a slow start she had into this series or into this map on Bind because I thought she was gonna take this away because of how well she played on Haven.
To a certain extent, though, coming into this, you expected there to be a lot of anti-stratting coming out from the side of Team Liquid towards SMG. Has that been satisfied?
Yeah, and it kind of looked like they were running their own plays against them in a way. So it was kind of really interesting. Like Bizarra was doing the same peaks that we saw Kohibi doing in other series against other teams on Bind, and it was working against them. So it was like you're kind of getting outplayed by your own playbook in a way.
Yeah, and I think that also looking at this head-to-head, the Neri versus Bastarda, something that we're definitely going to see in the last map as well. Bastarda was not having the biggest luck with those openings. She was actually going down quite a bit. On the side of Veneri, she was doing a lot for the team, but it wasn't enough. And as I said, I think that that momentum that Liquid got off of the crowd just cheering for them, that is going to take a while to let go.
Yeah, absolutely. It's not just the crowd either getting that momentum going, but also the fact that Team Liquid time and time again were getting themselves clutches, they were getting themselves multi-frags, they were just making sure that continuously they were on the top of their game. And when you are coming into this like SMG, I mean, you're gonna feel it from like a player perspective. Don't know if you've been there, but the crowd's going absolutely crazy for your opponents and you're like, I'm here too.
Yeah, and it's brutal. And one thing I noticed on the first map when SMG was completely just like holding W and steamrolling Liquid, Liquid did not look like they were upset about anything. They were still playing their own game, they were calm, they were still smiling and laughing, but I did see that on this map specifically, SMG looked like they were getting frustrated again. It reminded me a lot of G2. It reminded me of that second map when they lost to G2, and I saw their facial expressions when they left. And I'm kind of worried that they're not using that approach. I hope their coach, Cobalt, calms them down and says, hey, like, just calm down, guys. Relax, it's not over yet, you know? We have another map, and they have to close out now. This is do or die for them.
But that goes back to the point that we talked about super early on at the start of the tournament, Kukuka, when it was like SMG 35-0, haven't tasted loss. How are they going to deal with it? And this is potentially the second loss that they have tasted, the only other one being up against G2 that knocked them into the lower bracket.
Yeah, exactly. But that's the reason, like, it's normal, right? That in every region there's a team that is very dominant. In bigger regions, that chance is lower. But then coming into the international event, I think it works more into the day-to-day basis, into how you adapt to your opponents and how well prepared you can be in such a small time, right? Definitely this being the last map of the competitive year for one of these two teams, the pressure is definitely on. As I'm saying, for Team Liquid, they're coming off after winning that map in the fashion in which they did it. We were also talking about how in Haven, they were throwing those advantages, those 5v4s. In this case, they turned them around. And even when they had that disadvantage, they were able to close round after round. And as I said, with the crowd on your side and you just vibing with your teammates, like after Daiki gets that clutch on round 4,
the crowd went
it's impossible that you lose.
Yeah.
The crowd went absolutely crazy. And now, you know, you're thinking, oh, like, Team SMG, they went into this saying, oh, like, we're going to treat all these matches as a scrim, but it's the last map. If you lose, you're out of this tournament.
And it's Ascent.
I'm 100% certain that it's not this mentality of, oh, guys, it's just a scrim. When you literally hear this crowd going up against you, and it's just Team Liquid chance the entire way through, whether you're winning or losing the round. So,
but regardless of how this map goes, whether you win it and you're going up against G2 goes, and so you have to deal with that mental hurdle. You have to deal with another game. You lose it, unfortunately, you're going home, which also is not a nice place to be.
And hear me out, G2 is probably just warming up right now. We were talking about the possibility of this being a very, very long day for one of the teams, and definitely this going to a third map is going to mean that they're going to need a break that they're not going to have. There's not going to be that mental reset that you probably need from, you know, facing one opponent and then the other one. And thinking about Ascent and knowing that SMG is starting on the defense, I'm a little bit worried because on Haven, they were so good on the retake. tactics so actually good. And then here on Bind, they were unsuccessful. Literally not there, nothing to do. So which SMG are we going to get on Ascent?
When it comes to Ascend though particularly, and some of the fundamentals that we've already seen from SMG, are you thinking that that could be enough given they come out of this slump?
I think that this is actually a really good map for Liquid, especially with the matchup that they had yesterday against BBL. BBL played a very aggressive style, trying to get the early first bloods, and Liquid seemed to have almost all the answers and all the accurate reactions. Don't worry about it. but I feel like Liquid already has a good way of not getting first blooded on this map, and then bringing everything together and not having any corners unchecked. Like, they literally use utility when you're supposed to. They clear out the corners they're supposed to clear. As a team, they're waiting for all this stuff, and they don't really make mistakes. Now, that being said, Team SMG plays a very, very aggressive style, and it could make them do that. But I think BBL was actually doing a lot more aggressive plays than SMG has so far in the series.
I feel like Ascend being the third map is a little bit mild, you know, because it's like it's always the even ground. I would have liked something a little bit more risky, but I also understand, you know, the thought process of it all. Team Liquid has already played it during this tournament, and they have been successful against teams like, for example, BBL. And of course, I think that becomes a little bit scary to SMG, but definitely they do have that tape. They do have those beauties to go over and kind of study the patterns that they present in game. Now, is that going to be enough? That's the question.
That's a question that hopefully we will get answered very soon. Before we do so though, in terms of the compositions, we've seen pretty similar things from both of these teams. Heading into Ascent, are we looking at any potential surprises?
No, definitely
Ascent?
not. No, there's gonna be no surprises. It's gonna be default comps all around.
It is going to be
Yeah, but someone that we haven't seen pop off today as much as she usually does is Alexia, and we were talking about her earlier. And this needs to be the map where she really steps up and starts putting big numbers on for
no pressure though. I mean,
no pressure,
but there is but
it's
no
not
pressure,
a scrim anymore. It's not a scrim anymore, I'm telling you. And I'm worried about that mentality going into this map because I mean, it's not a scrim. This is it. This is tournament life right now. Do you want to be a champion or do you want to go home?
I mean, I think everybody would know the answer to that. I don't think any team really came into this tournament thinking, oh yeah, we're going to be going home. Eventually, of course, that is going to be the case, and that will be the case for one of these teams today. But I think that even goes besides the hurdle of just losing this map. It also means that once you're done with Ascent, as you said already, a long day, you've already played 3 maps, you then need to reset again, get back into that headspace and go, yeah, let's go, we got this. We're going up against a team that already beat us and the former champions of 2022.
Revenge. That's all you need to be thinking.
That's like your favorite word.
Hear me out. It is. It probably is. But I know that Baby Bay is going to be sitting here being like, no, they're not tired. They're just warmed up and ready for G2.
No, map 3
that player hopium.
Map 3 is rough, especially if this map goes the distance too. Like imagine this goes to an OT. And
I would not be surprised.
Oh my God.
You're gonna be just worn out. We already saw how much Alexi was screaming, literally screaming at the top of her lungs on that first map. So yeah, they're gonna be low energy for sure. Maybe they need a little bit of caffeine or something.
Well, we are getting the Prime Gaming Agent Select to see what the compositions are, and once again, a mirror matchup which comes down to how are you going to utilize it to put a spanner in the work for your opponent.
I'm looking at Daiki again with the Sova. I think that she's honestly brilliant. I think that Bizera also is having quite a day. Looks like I'm cheering from Team Liquid. I would have liked SMG to maybe expand their horizons a bit and maybe, you know, throw a curveball onto them. Maybe a Reina, something crazy that, you know, they've done in the past. So why not bring it back? But no, it's just basic.
But with so much on the line, I think sticking to
I know.
comfortability would probably be right. And this is it. Do or die. Our third and final map, which will also be the final map of the season for one of these teams. The winner moves on to face G2 on this stage later today. Let's send it back to our casters, Mimi and Ender, who are ready to break it down.
It's map number 3 here, and it is new territory for SMG. They have never played an elimination map before. They didn't lose at home. In the lower bracket here already, it's been 2-0s for them. This is new territory. The pressure is on to stay alive.
But it's TL's territory in front of a home crowd here. There's no way they can afford to go home.
A main control for Team Liquid. Bastardo will follow up. They can turn this one into a fast hit, but SMG heavy in mid can quickly rotate through.
If Team Liquid do anything out in mid, SMG are gonna pounce on them instantly. A-site pretty much
Mas
open
banget,
for the taking
Cok,
right
Alexi.
now. It's a shock dart kill top mid.
I think just a dink followed up by that shot kill. That is quite a way to start this round, and the reaction is forced from Team Liquid.
Unbelievable. Spike will be planted. This door broken very quickly. And keep your eyes on Issa. She will intercept these two SMG players in mid.
But it starts on the site, and Team Liquid have to get proactive.
Lots of noise, and Ari takes down Issa.
And now that flank is open for SMG. They can push through. So Team Liquid have to push forward. Bastarda starts strong. Finds Shirazi, Daiki, and Bastarda. Name a better duo. There isn't one out there in Brazil, but Kamiyu is still alive towards heaven. Still dealing damage. She's got two. And now it's Daiki alone. They know where she is. And Inari takes her down.
You believed it there for a second, but SMG, what an opener. I hope we get to see what on earth Alexi just did, because she demolished the player top mid. A shock dart kill to open up an elimination map.
Okay.
It must have been a dink previously.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or even just some damage, because that was like a full 75 right on top of her.
Either way, that got it started. That mid control quickly turned in SMG's favor, putting flank pressure down on Team Liquid as well. That'll be something that TL can test with throughout this game, is mid pressure into flanks. When SMG fight over areas of the map, they quickly turn it on you.
Team Liquid have put some money into this one. 2 stingers. They look fast towards B, a Paranoia primed.
It's really just Kohibi here to hold.
Do they want to dash into market and try and isolate a player there?
The smoke tells me it'll be normal, but they can wrap back into stairs here. Kohibi tries to fight into it, but Stark finds the opener. B-side open now for TL.
Spectre picked up, but she's low on health.
Eyes on Georgina, up through mid, taken down by Cameo.
So now 4v4. SMG have cleared out both avenues of approach. And well, he actually bounced away.
Nice.
Finds one incredible shot from Inari.
Issa inside B main. When does he pounce out? Because SMG are on the chase.
And Bizarra is still alive in the back lines. Issa finds hers. But without armor, Inari's Marshall isn't up. But she needs perfection, and Issa has it instead. A perfect shot with the Ghost, and an eco round win for TL. They haven't been great at pistols, but if they're winning rounds like that, it does not matter.
Bouncing back for sure. And that they had some tools to fight with, but it was not a full force down, right? They had a couple of pistols. They had still 1,000 creds in the bank. They are loaded.
I mean, it was Stinger, no armor.
Yeah.
That's all they had. It's a really small investment, but it works out.
Yang
Credit to
kebaca
Issa in
ini.
this round. One of those 3
Masih.
new players added.
Ronde kedua selalu gitu,
Team Liquid
cuma.
rebuilt at the beginning of the
Dan
year.
Wei ninggalin satu set kan.
She has been damn good this tournament.
Kemarin aja bro main satu di mid.
Neri runs into that turret and Issa quickly knocks her down.
SMG, even after they lose rounds that really should have gone their way, it never disrupts their confidence. They are
Full brain
always
orang.
playing fast, they're always playing loose.
Here.
Almost disrespectfully.
Yeah. They have a way of it. Team Liquid have a site. That door should close soon, huh? Actually broken instead earlier by Team SMG. Kamiyu will nade the close corner. The dart will tag, but no one's there to follow it up.
Hancur ya.
Not really any other utility for SMG to get back onto the site with. They did a good job delaying the spike plant, and all 4 players are here, but this flash is going to have to be big from Cameo.
It becomes about getting ult orbs for these members of Team Liquid.
Farming bisa begitu, Cok.
Yeah, that is a perfectly timed smoke, but Bizarra extends a bit too deep into the murk of that smoke. But it was only her to fall. Shirazi has only a Sheriff, and Team Liquid have this post plant on lock.
I don't know if I've ever seen that before. That was accidental for sure, but the smoke just eating up the flash, really unfortunate for SMG.
It's like when Viper Walt's going up, where even if it's not fully ballooned, they'll still block that flash. Weird situation, but it doesn't end up mattering too much in the grand scheme of things. TL up 2-1.
Hold on, Daiki's got the Hunter's Fury already in round number 4. Issa not too far off either. Funneling those orbs of the plant, and Issa getting all those kills has done some amazing work for TL's ult economy. SMG will look to fight aggressively into A main.
But Team Liquid have 3 here. They'll play back to wait for the KO knife initially, but are ready to re-engage with the fight.
SMG are going to have a dart landing. They could get up here pretty quickly if they do want. Good flash over the corner, forces Neri back into wine. And I don't think TL have committed enough players forward here to actually flush out this angle. They're going to have to be content with the recon dart, the one-way smoke, all of that, and now look to probably take some space back into mid. They could delay re-clearing into A main, but I don't think that fight would look good for them.
Especially with that one-way being refreshed yet again. Isa has taken B main.
Yeah, you can always get 3 of those one-ways back-to-back before it's disrupted by cooldowns.
Isa getting spammed out here. The Molly aids with Kohibi swinging on the angle. That's a big one.
SMG getting these like utility kills. Yeah. It's really refreshing to see from them, but now the fight into A main. Shirazi gets hers and falls off the angle.
They're back onto the side. That cloud burst great to help the escape. Bastarda has to go in now.
Yeah, Bastarda, they might just freeze. Gets that opener. Dyke's still staying a lot of space in mid.
Shirazi teleports to Jen. Great angle, great reposition, and a great shot too. Bastarda whiffs out on her opportunity, and Daiki was rolled away from this one.
Yeah, she got that kill in mid, but I think Bastarda almost got baited by that kill she had. The Dice player goes down, and she wants to escalate, get back into the site. Might have been a little bit more time for Team Liquid to play with, but now that spike hopelessly stranded out to the left.
Dart in a few seconds, but there's none on the timer. Daiki will fall. SMG. They have a rough start to the map, but they're back into it, even again.
I really don't love going for that fight there with the ult already farmed up. Feels like it's just giving opportunities over the other team to scale on forward. But if SMG are able to maintain an aggressive fight in both mains, that's going to be difficult to break, because it wasn't just the Killjoy Molly. There was also a left-click pop flash set up from Cameo all the way back on stairs. It was really nice coordination from SMG's side. They've got another one, too. And Neri's going to be going quick, you might imagine.
Molly, that should break that turret. Well, Neri walks up to fight and take the space off of it.
And then you have Cameo. Once this goes down, we'll be able to throw a flash all the way from backside through that window. And Neri could play off that.
And with this forward angle, SMG can leave. Here comes the Hunter's Fury being invested from Daiki, and the dash follows it up. Expertly done by Bastarda. She's ahead of Kohibi. She'll swing back in and lose her life. No one was there to trade. Now it focuses on the site. Alexi, Spectre stepping in the Molly, swinging forward, but Kohibi helps. She's still alive. Isa was working her way up mid, and she's managed to take down an Neri. They'll freeze again, but they need the spike.
Isa sees one. Isa gets the damage down. Kohibi is still alive.
But she's stuck. No man's land, and here comes a lockdown. This is a very weird situation that requires Daiki to win her fight. She has another task ahead of her. Dart in her face, Alexi on the swing. Daiki is just jumping around.
But now Isa can get the spike and retreat all the way back to B side if she wants to.
There she goes.
That's going to be the call for her. Plant it open for defender spawn and look to get active.
Alexi has shot darts, and by the time she makes it over to B, she'll have her recon as well.
Really good news for Isa is that that market door is going to end up being closed. Alexi decides to go back through main, probably called by her team that the door is closed. But on 30 HP, is she expecting a fight so soon?
This position in logs.
Aduh, mati dong.
Directly hold towards main. Alexi was never ready for it. Isa's got 3, and Team Liquid mirror it on the board.
What a good position to hold. Gambling a bit, but she had the turret to watch her back. There was no way a player could get up and over her. She knew exactly the state of the round. Isa has been perfection here, finding this opener, going for the lockdown flank. Just a ridiculous sequence of events there, but she stays cool throughout it all. Plays that slide off angle, and you can see Alexi was not prepared.
SMG onto an eco. They'll fight for both extremities. But Team Liquid were ready for aggression. They are playing so far back.
They're just waiting for an orb to be tapped. Contact to be made off Kohibi's turret. Something. They can look for a little bit of chip damage with that shock. All things considered, Alexi has the Hunter's Fury. Could dip into it, but at this point, probably a lost cause.
Yeah, you want to save that for those rifle rounds. Alexi back sight, soon to be overwhelmed. She find a shot now. Bastarda is clean in this map number 3.
Bastarda a little bit slow to heat up today, yesterday as well, but once she gets going, she cannot be stopped.
Throwing forward, Team Liquid have great information, and yeah, the spam is there as well. Daiki's just gonna hop on over, but it's actually Bastarda to take it instead. Prime Gaming flawless Team Liquid.
We hear the Liquid chants here in Sao Paulo. We've heard Issa chants. We have heard it all. Team Liquid on top of the world right now. And all things considered, SMG just haven't had that many rounds to fight back, right? As soon as you lose that second round after winning the pistol, they've had one true rifle round through this.
What people remember about SMG is that streak, 34-0. But what that obfuscates is the fact that this is a new team. They were formed from scratch at the beginning of this year without even a core. They didn't have an Airy as a part of the team till midway through the year. And while they were great at home, together, on a LAN, in person, in a foreign country, it's all very new to them.
It's new. It's facing off against international competition, facing defeat as well. Even being on a map 3, that's a shock for them.
We've heard a lot about how much it matters to learn to lose when you are one of these regionally dominant teams. SMG doesn't want to have to learn that lesson.
But when your backs are against the wall, you have to dip back into the tried and true. What you've been so good at all year long. And that has been just keep moving forward.
5 ults for Team SMG. Their chance to regain control.
This is the round that honestly might make or break this first half of play. And TL set up to take this control over an A main. This time SMG not fighting, but started looking to dive very quickly in.
No command popped, but TO was never committed to the site. They can just wait, patiently re-clear.
They couldn't commit if they wanted to. Georgina was hit by the knife. Means no smokes can come into play. And Team Liquid will look to re-clear mid. This is very good adaptation. The last few times Team Liquid have done heavy A presence, it's been mid-round walk-ups from SMG into this space. By taking it very quickly, they now have that area and get a little chip down onto Alexi.
They left Bastarda in main. They love entrenching players like this, so they could go back into an A split if they wanted, but for now they'll pressure B.
Yo, Daiki just dropped the spike in mid and is going to do it her own. She's breaking market doors. She's trying to set up for her team to take into the A site. That's already pulled a Neri, the operator, the KO. Everyone is biting on it.
But Daiki, cancel.
Daiki's doing it all.
They're back on this A site. There are still players here. The steal commit, they've lost their player in main. They're still going towards A, but they can cancel. Remember, Daiki, she was just the fake. Now she's the most important player in this round.
Now the Daiki's in mid. She's actually just entering onto the B site. No smokes to block this off, but Bazera wins her fight as well. Knives pop now from an Airy on the other side, but they're disadvantaged in number.
And there's a null command. They can rip those knives away from an Airy.
Georgina's position can stab SMG in the back. They have to act fast.
And an Airy, well, she's quick, but it's only 1 kill. 3v2.
Georgina!
Again, she just keeps getting it done. Any moment, any matter, Team Liquid, they use her to perfection, and Shirazi has so much to deal with. No health, no shot. Team Liquid are dominating on Ascent.
That is some of the quickest mid-round calling I have ever seen, from the initial dive to Daiki dropping the spike and doing it all on her own.
Their IGL is 19 years old. She's still so young, so new to this. Last year for Daiki, it was about learning, about growing, about becoming an IGL, about playing against her idols, meeting them. This year, she is the expert.
She has completely mastered the craft, and she's allowed to do it because she will also be the frontliner. She can't tell her teammates to enter B-side fastly enough, so she does it on her own. Now, that was the swing round for SMG. Sheriffs, again, that was the round to break it. And they broke it so quickly, they're going to do it into B this time.
But started dashing forward. That's a free kill onto Alexi.
Where did that shot come from? Things equalized, but Issa's position in B main has been so hard to flush out. Georgina always with this late wrap into mid as well.
She's traded. It's a gun that could be recovered, but it's just so far away. You don't have time to run for it.
Never count SMG out. Never count Neri out.
But you can count the amount of shots she's gotten with that Sheriff. One thus far. How much more? A low HP Bastarda, but a Bastarda who is ready. 6-2 now.
SMG have been vocal about struggling when they hesitate, especially in this tournament against the best competition around the world. That is a second timeout now being called for SMG after losing this eco round. And you know that Colbat is coming in and telling them not to hesitate. Team Liquid are playing so fast. SMG have not had to deal with this pace before, but they can't slow down themselves.
And this is what happened against G2. They were the first team to prove a roadblock in SMG's dominance.
Wah, kacau bro.
They weren't able to recover
Tiga
there.
income.
They absolutely need to here.
Maju lawan G2 terbully,
If you lose this map, it is a long flight home. 10,000 miles away. In front of your opponent's home crowd, there is so much pressure.
Could you imagine just losing 2 series in a year and not being the champion? That is unfathomable to me. And that is where Aneri must step up. The operator has arrived to the server. Aneri has looked for these fights bottom mid so much in the past. This game, though, it's been so much more focused around mains. If she can deal with the mid control from Team Liquid, stop Daiki and Jujina from taking these forward positions in market, that is the idea. That's what Colbat came in with. But she has to aim true.
Kampret giliran ke mid top, musuhnya di mid link, cok.
4 ults for Team Liquid. And again, they start the round slow. They wait for the aggression out of the timeout, but the op was baited in perfectly. Does Team Liquid fall for it?
Just swapping the angles there between Alexi and Aneri. The standout performers for SMG through this event. SMG also have full control over A main. And with Kohaibi's ultimate, they can look to retake B, stall out with those mollies. TL don't want to test control in mid. They're spooked by the money they see on the other side. They know an op could be here.
A main was re-cleared by SMG. Now they double back towards Cat. They have good info. They suspect it's B, but can they stop the split? Aneri's blind. She missed her shot. Does she get another? She doesn't need
Alexi,
it.
akhirnya kamu.
Alexi has got 3. Bazera's on the ground. Isa's finding hers. How has she done that? How does Isa pull it off? How does she keep Team Liquid in this round? Can she do more? No doubt.
Kambing.
Isa again. In front of her family, in front of her home crowd. She doesn't lose a clutch.
Simply unbeatable. In 9 rounds of play, she's gotten 14 kills and only been dropped 3 times.
And she's playing Killjoy. She's the round insurance policy that has never failed.
Unreal. When they get shut down in main, she's there in mid. Back and forth. The economy gutted from SMG. That was the off round. They step forward into main now. Aneri gets the kill with the Guardian. They can fall back quickly, though. Bastarda scaled into mid.
Alexi, close right corner. It's tough to deal with. Alexi finds her shot, but it was only
Aduh,
one.
kalah lagi kok.
Helps out in
Igel
main.
kami,
B-side taken for Team Liquid.
SMG need to find a way to soak up a couple of these ults. Give themselves a chance.
Ulti itu.
And a lockdown committed in the post plant. Aneri has to go now. Has to be a hero. But there's too much to deal with. Daiki has a shorty on the other side, and she is so perfect in her approach.
She's in the zone now, isn't she? From the calling to the shots.
Kami, you can feel that crowd. And I'm sure she can feel this game slipping away.
Starting on defense as well here. Seeing Team Liquid get 8 on the attack. The op completely dealt with.
Sulit bro ini bro.
I'm looking and I don't see the money in the bank for Neri to go into that again. I mean, just one chance with the opponent in an entire half on the defensive side. That's not how you want a Scent to go.
We're running out of chances for APAC's undefeated team to stay in Sao Paulo. They absolutely need these last 2 rounds if they want to even have a chance.
But with the way Daiki's been calling, it's hard to see a window in. Team Liquid know that SMG's action is usually immediately at round start. They've held for that. And then in the mid-round, when Team Liquid freeze, that's when SMG are rotating themselves out of position. That's when Inari left that angle in mid and allowed TL the time to get back in. The clock is what Daiki is playing with right now. And as SMG slip further and further away, the uncertainty begins to creep.
Issa absorbs the aggression in B main. Hunter's Fury.
That's going over in the tree, diving on in there.
What
on earth is happening? Bastarda's going all the way into spawn. Eyes on Bastarda. We have to get to her. She's back in spawn, but Cameo deals with it. Now it's Inari. 1v3 on site.
Cloudburst keeps her alive for a moment. Molly at her feet. She will keep on fighting, but she's fallen. Visera alone. 1v3, and SMG finally break the streak. Finally have another round.
Last round in the half.
They look to get active in the mid-round, flashing into B main, but really it's dealing with that loose cannon of Bastarda. She went maybe a little bit too deep. There was still a jet to deal with on site, and that's where Neri is going to get you. Fun idea with the Hunter's Fury and the Paranoia coming in that just made so much chaos. Bastarda is able to get the opener, but that second fight, that's the one that's unsupported. That's the one that slips away now. In round 12, SMG, 4 ultimates to their name. And they're really stacked towards this B site.
Bastarda again. She keeps the pace high. And Neri will try and spam her in the close corner, but Visera opens the round.
That's an ult to Boathouse. Cancelled.
Won't be a factor in this round. TL pause yet again.
Slow down, reset, we're only 20 seconds in. Kohaibi down means no passive information.
It has to be earned.
And that's where you have to take active angles. That's where Neri steps forward. Team Liquid freeze and they don't move. They're ready for a B hit. Maybe Jojina can set something up over towards A in terms of a fake.
Wah sih kena mental cuy dapat beginian.
SMG can't get antsy. But the knife sees nothing on B.
Did it?
Or did it tag someone?
I think it hit one. I think it may have hit the Killjoy as well there. Good thing is, mid-smoke allows the cross, and now it's a B fake. Quick on their feet, Daiki makes the call, and the rest of the team moves into A. Jojina already perfectly positioned in main.
Here comes the split.
30 seconds left.
Shirazi is smoked off. Daiki is selling this one well. 1-for-1 with the Odin.
Now over to the A site. It is just Alexi on site. She has to do something, and she cannot make it happen.
Plant coming down. Team Liquid a post plant to close the half. SMG swing from heaven. The turret spots them. The flash in their eyes, but Inari still finds one. And Shirazi, she's clean, but look at Bastarda. The flank is well done. Is it? How did that happen?
SMG finds the 3K out of nothing. SMG pull off a ridiculous retake fully from heaven. And it's not a 9-3. It's not a 10-2. SMG are back in touching distance of TL.
I cannot comprehend how
The hell is that?
Inari made something of that.
Kan nggak bakal mati tapi kayaknya.
We'll see it. Yeah. The fight from heaven to main, and then here, sees her jump up. Bastarda not quick with those shots for the 3.
It's a great half for Team Liquid, but SMG have a fight in them yet as we head to the analyst desk.
All right, analyst desk here, but that was an interesting one coming out from the side of Team Liquid. They just came out swinging.
It's an IGLing masterclass that's going on right now. It's actually a pleasure to watch this because the feints that Daiki is doing and all the stuff that she's doing, she's keeping 2 people on sites at all times. It's beautiful. It's actually beautiful to watch.
Beautiful to watch indeed. And you know what? We thought we'd do a little bit of replay. So it's time for our Verizon high-speed moment of the match. TL's round 9.
Oh, this is when, okay, so everything is going to be happening. Yeah, we didn't have this perspective, but it's lovely to see what Isa did here. 1, 2, 3.
Crazy.
Then she gets Bizarra up and she's like, oh, let me get the 4th one.
Absolutely insane. Yeah, when all hope was lost, Alexi had a pop-off moment, and then you have Isa just stepping up to the plate, nothing but headshots, jiggles the op and gets a headshot on it too, and then she knows that Kohebi wants to go kill the res, and she just holds it down. It's crazy. Just crazy gameplay all around.
I think that especially we can see the way everything has snowballed here on Ascent. I think that after, you know, the round 5 that we saw where, you know, it's a 2v2, but there's a Killjoy ult, and, you know, they keep investing and twisting the meaning of the round. Every single round is so important right now for both of these teams because, you know, they could be history. It's not going to be any easy for because of the crowd buff that right now Team Liquid has in the pack.
Yeah, and we saw the player cams from SMG. No more laughter, no more any of that. It's all pressure. They're feeling the pressure, and I feel so bad for them, but it is what it is. You know, at the end of the day, you got to step up and you got to perform, and it just looks like they're not having enough fun out there how they usually do when they are winning. Especially that map 1. The map 1, they were all laughing.
It's
they're
the
all
no money
talking
situation.
Smack. Yeah.
All right, our final half of the series is now underway, so let's head back to our casters, Mimi and Ender.
It's the last half of one of these two teams' runs at the Game Changers Championship. SMG 10,000 miles from home, and Team Liquid trying to win in front of their families. It's fast through mid. SMG will keep the pace. They'll try and split onto B.
The hive mind on the attack here. Kohibi gets the opener. Kohibi gets the second. She is leading from the front. Bastarda turns it around. What is that for 2?
And here's the reaction. Team Liquid have Bizarra and Daiki left alive. And damage was done onto SMG. How do they set up in this post plant? How did they stop another round from slipping them by?
Alexi eyeing up lane, but it's downstairs.
Aduh.
Daiki sees the head. Daiki finds the opener. Daiki continues on in as Bizarra finds the trade.
1v1. They're both low. Daiki has it. But Aneri is on the swing. She was added late to SMG. She was the player who helped them go on their flawless run, and she's the one to keep them in this game too.
The final piece of the puzzle that was this super team in APAC. She somehow in round 12 secures that for SMG and keeps it going here when it very narrowly slipped away. Let's not forget, every single round is winnable for these teams. Forget about ecos, forget about anti-E, it does not matter. These teams always have an angle to fight back.
2 players in bottom mid for Team Liquid. Do they fight through the smoke? Bastarda wants to.
Bizarra only has the 1 flash
she hears
to assist.
Footsteps.
Oh my.
Here goes Bastarda. Dash proc. She's all the way around the world. The flash is perfect to get Bastarda a kill, and Daiki is getting work done as well. 2 versus 4. This was an anti-eco. This should have been SMG. And it still could be.
And look at what Team Liquid pick up. It's a Vandal and 2 Spectre. Shirazi has to get aggressive into heaven.
Here comes Bastarda fast up through heaven. We've seen her in this spot before. But she's patient this time. SMG don't have that luxury. They need to even the odds somehow. Someone needs to step up, and Shirazi is eating bullets. Into her smoke they go. Shirazi falls, and so does Alexi. Team Liquid win the eco.
It is again Daiki calling the exact right answer into SMG. It's the trap play in mid. They had no utility to work with, but stepping out from behind the smoke as all 5 players had scaled forward, no one was ready to turn around. They thought they had a turret guarding their back, but it didn't prime fast enough for them to be ready. Not against Bastarda and Daiki.
Dukung SMG nih, Cok. Berat gitu.
A MasterCard thrifty to secure their 9th. And SMG only has Sheriffs. They'll head towards B. Flash over the top. Aneri on the swing, but Bastarda is here. She's down. Great shot out of Aneri. They'll stop.
Every round is winnable. SMG weren't even all-inning into that site. It wasn't a full hit. 3 players, they were still watching mid, making sure no one was going to step up.
One more shot like that, and Aneri has blades. This is how eco rounds snowball.
Neri doesn't lose with the blades.
2 on the A site to defend for Team Liquid.
It's Bezera and Jujina to meet the 5 of SMG. And the one-way in main poses problems.
Bizarre on the angle, flash through. Aneri is up. Nade will give her some space, but they'll fight together. Jujina, her Vandal rings out for 1, but Shirazi is here to trade. Bizarre finds an angle. She fights forward past the door and groups up with her teammates now. SMG, they have a rifle. Shirazi has to go huge.
Issa has been so good, and now she is on the flank. Mid control is established from Team Liquid. SMG have to be ready for her to come through main.
They're surrounded, and there's only one answer.
Bro.
Fight forward. Find your space. And they've tucked into tree room. Bizarre has a flash. How much can she get done? This Victor runs and guns!
Flashnya tuh on point banget, cok, kampret.
Team Liquid! They should not have won this round after the way it started for SMG, but they do it time and again. They always recover.
They recover, and there was a problem on Haven because you would see an opener against the Sheriffs lose a player, and TL were losing those rounds on Haven. That's why it went the way of Team SMG. But now they're talking to each other. They're getting information as soon as Issa doesn't see anyone on that site. That is communicated. They're expecting the push. That's why Bezera's flash comes in. They are of one singular mind. APAC analysts will tell you about how SMG are the hive mind, but TL are communicating telepathically to one another.
Up for Bastarda. Paranoia through A main. No one receives on SMG.
Bezera's really stepping forward all in her lonesome.
That forward play, and they're trying to bait SMG into this op.
Yeah, step them back into the op, playing that high angle over by B. A crossfire setup in mid. Issa to greet.
They're going into it. Issa this time can't make magic happen. And Bastarda is down. Aneri just keeps going. Wait, Darky's just on the other side. This is so awkward in spawn. But they dip away. And Daiki has an op in this round. This retake is going to be so difficult for TL.
Do TL even want to play this? Look, to fish with the op, perhaps if you can't find something, could fall off. The smoke and the knife really shuts things down. It's Aneri they'll find first, tucked in this corner outside of market.
Knife spots her. Bezera knows. Can she find the shot? No, Shirazi instead spamming through, helps her teammate out. And now they know that they can't get into this one. Kamiyu takes down Daiki. Jujina is alone, and she's overwhelmed.
SMG trading off each other perfectly right there. That position for Jujina looked really powerful. Even after Neri couldn't find the kill, it didn't matter because as Jujina tries to escape, players are swinging around from stairs, from lane, from every which way. In the post plants, that is where SMG will thrive. And especially when they deal with the opening picks. Bastarda's op got ruined. The utility to flush Issa out of market was absolutely exceptional.
Mid-fight for Team Liquid.
Wow.
Something new.
Oh, 2 bullets shot though. That's 2 separate guns. SMG will take note of that. They know something is cooking up in mid.
There's a flash ready to come through this smoke on market. But you hear that dash away. That's just maybe a bait to try and set Issa up for something big.
Neri.
Will anyone bite on her line?
Smoke, check smoke.
For the time being, SMG just looking to take into market, but the reposition from Bastarda into main will be absolutely massive. It's a feint into tree. 3 players are here, but notice the spike. That's over in B main with the opener from Gohaibi deleting the Killjoy utility. They're flooding into B.
Daiki is alone. The ult is cancelled, but she's going to be flooded by members of SMG soon. One shot found, the spike on the floor. How long can she sustain? Is it long enough? She's gotten 2, but Aneri can
through
trade
mid,
back.
Alexi finds 1, turns around, but is dealt with bad by Bastarda.
And it's only Bastarda. And she's going around the world, but these footsteps will be heard. But she thinks it could be a fake. Aneri doesn't know where to look. But she's holding the right angle.
Kambing.
And her 4K wins the round for SMG.
Nggak dengar, cok, princess.
Aneri has just been giving life rounds to SMG over and over. 21 frags now in this third and final map.
Almost double the next highest performing member of her team.
And it comes after Daiki very nearly defends the site by herself. And that's been the difference. It's been back and forth. These solo players pulling off miraculous clutch events.
A big Red Bull clutch. And it prompts a timeout for Team Liquid. And this is the moment where you have to think about their year. This was hard for Team Liquid. In the middle of the year, they lost out. Everyone else in Brazil was catching up to them with the new roster.
And their star player in Bastardas was so vocal about how difficult a time that was for her. Looking at the ceiling and days after days not finding the motivation to play the game. And struggling in the server and out of it. But it was when she and the rest of the team rallied behind one singular vision of their coach Palestra. And it was to give up on your life. Commit everything to the goal. Not just winning Brazil, but winning game changers. It is now that they must dig into that, dig back into that, and fight to the finish.
It's what got them here. That mentality, that belief, it built to this. And they have their advantage, but Team SMG, they are rallying back.
SMG with everything. Full rifles, full shields. Team Liquid and Odin, and a little bit extra on top. But Team Liquid, they weren't allowed to complain. Can't complain about not having a social life. Can't complain about working long hours every day. And you can't complain about a bad buy. Team Liquid have won with worse.
SMG work mid. And Eri breaks the turret. And they don't commit. They're waiting for the reaction out of Team Liquid.
Not often you see SMG look for that mid control and then freeze like this. SMG are also digging into something a little bit different. Late in the hour here.
At this junction, you have to. Issa only has a ghost, and the drone will clear through. Can they follow it up, though? Because look, this is still a full default for SMG.
Aneri still just creeping back into mid, and Daiki's getting active in B main. It's a true 1 versus 1 for the time being.
Gil kami.
On the off angle with the Odin, starts the spam, but has to fall off the angle. And now your eyes need to look towards Aneri too, all the way back up in mid. Daiki gets the opener.
It's always with that Odin.
Aneri, the hero.
30 seconds left.
How does she find her way back in? No defense, but her footsteps are heard.
Issa on the other side of the smoke. A
Aduh,
teleport
kambing.
forward, 2 in the back lines for Liquid. It's all on them to hold. There's a teleport. Another player joining, but SMG shutting down. Daiki still alive, and Bastarda from on high. How has she arrived this quickly? How has she saved this round? Alexi alone in an impossible situation. She needs to spin around now, and she cannot. The IGL again and again and again wins these rounds for Team Liquid.
The B site is Daiki's kingdom. She cannot be stopped. Calls in the aerial strike from Bastarda.
Odin, bro.
The knives to assist. Distract those players coming on in, and she mows them down. That duo from Berlin to Brazil has been so good for Team Liquid. Now on 11, 2 rounds separate them from a top 3 finish once again.
Fast from SMG. Into the A site they go. Lockdown. Everything committed. Georgina finds value. Issa helps out too. These anchors from Team Liquid will not be denied.
It's falling apart. Everyone's down. It's
Plus
just
itu cok aneh bener-bener.
Camu helplessly abandoned out on site.
Her agency stripped away. A 1
Nice
versus
try, bro.
5. This team has never faced an elimination map before. SMG, this is unfamiliar territory.
Lose this, and you'll face your first elimination point ever. Never seen the other side on 12 in a final map.
Flashnya cok asli flashnya.
Kohibi knows it's over. Overwhelming odds in this round. She has to hope that her team can come back 5 in a row.
But SMG have no money. Their backs have been broken with this one. And Becerra finishes the job. Team Liquid advance to 12.
A Prime Gaming flawless at the most opportune time. Team Liquid almost have this in the bag.
They can taste it.
One more round in front of this crowd, in front of their families, to keep the run alive.
10 seconds of breath, and then it is do or die for SMG. They have 3 Sheriffs, a Vandal, and a Bulldog. Team Liquid have everything. They have the cushion of 5 rounds. They have a Hunter's Fury. They have Daiki's Odin, which on its own may be enough to win this entire game for TL.
SMG take mid.
The knives activated. Aneri has been the standout for SMG. Has been the star. Must be it once again for the team.
They go towards A.
It's a fake though. Spike in B. Aneri just looking for an opener.
Daiki's not falling for it.
Does she ever stop moving? Window's broken. She can go in here.
She can get so deep. She can get the drop on her opposition. How much can she find though? Becerra's not looking. She's dead. Now activates the push onto the site. Shirazi has one with the Sheriff. But it's a fight on 2 fronts. That Spike's still yet to find anything. And Daiki is getting activated. And Ari's still here alone.
What is
a war
happening?
on so many fronts. How is this ending here?
The Spike is over on B while this 1v1 happens in main. And it's Shirazi that gives up on the fight. The call comes in to join with her teammate on the B site. It's a 2-on-2.
But look at mid. Shirazi is going to fight straight into Bastarda's op. And she's just holding the angle. She needs this shot and she whiffs it. Can Bastarda live? Can she find another opportunity? Because time is the biggest friend of SMG.
Look where Shirazi's gone. How does she get over to bench? Bastarda expects it, but no, Shirazi finds the first. Bastarda has turned it into a 1-on-1.
Kamiyu to save SMG. Flash around the corner. Bastarda blinded, jumping every which way. It's flashes on both sides. It's a tap on the Spike. Bastarda needs to get it done now. She's got no time. She's got no chance. SMG live yet again.
SMG thrive in the chaos. Just an absurd round from them. It's a full A take. They have heaven, they have sight, but somehow the Spike is solo on B.
And well, Kamiyu confirmed it. It was Shirazi who won that round.
That's true.
Stalling in mid was massive.
It's different though, watching Kamiyu play full util stall rather than take the fight. It's a different SMG than the one that dominated in APAC.
But they'll still show signs of that team. They'll still try and get aggressive, but they get picked off. Bastarda's all brings out for 1. Now they have to go into B. Teleporting to the back lines. Is it going to get canceled? Absolutely. Are they still committed to this? Aneri's getting tagged. She's getting shot at from so many different angles. Now here comes the help. Paranoia on the site. Daiki with the Odin is dead, and so is Issa.
Nice.
They're on the site. They've got Bastarda, and SMG might just have the first clean round we have seen in ages. They might have regained control of this game.
SMG just rolled Team Liquid over. Daiki's never been under so much pressure on the site. From recon darts behind her, Paranoia's blasting her eyes. She couldn't get anything done against that hit.
The second you think SMG has changed because of the pressure, the second you think they have stopped running at you, they have slowed down, they changed the pace. Even in the biggest match of their careers, the most pressure they have ever been under, they will still run at you. They will still play the game that got them a 34-0 streak back home.
A 34-0 streak. The 4 accidental duelists and still dominating. This team is excited like no other in the game changer scene. They still need 3 more.
And that would only get them overtime.
For the first time in a long time though, it's a half buy from Team Liquid. That's when they're most dangerous. That's when they get rabid, though.
Gak bisa menang lah ini, cowok.
Mid control for SMG.
And a bit of a trap set up from Team Liquid. Bastarda over in Pizza. They show the Sova inside market to try and get that angle over to Bastarda, but the Sheriff isn't able to find the shot.
So the dash is gone.
Oh, and Aries gone up there, though. Looking to maybe put some pressure into the B site before the exit goes through into main.
This is a fake from SMG. The spike is nowhere near it, but they don't commit to anything.
You
They'll reset.
fully clear market, and you hope that the tree player rotates off of A over to B to put assistance. But it's a little too quiet now. Bastarda will rotate very quickly. First contact, Bizarra.
They have to deal with Eugenia. Sitting in wine. Primed.
Nice.
But she is dead. A huge kill from Alexi. Bizarra is blinded on the site. In comes SMG. Somehow she's gotten two. But surely it doesn't bring her
still
around.
hunting, and Aries still hunting, and she finds it. That's 2 on the round for her.
And Bastarda's running around the world. She's so far away from this play.
Aneri was just heaven, now she's wine. The next player to take a fight. She is just laser focused. But around the corner, Bastarda whiffs. The shots are not there. 4 into the wall, make it a 5th. And SMG clean up shop.
Surely Team Liquid doesn't stumble now. An opportunity to make something more of that round. But it doesn't come to fruition.
Think about it though, for Bastarda. Has had a fantastic game thus far, but the last few rounds, missing the shots, players not looking at you. The op shot in mid against Shirazi's Omen. Few rounds ago. At the start of SMG's wins, that's 3 in a row now, Bastarda has had critical misses.
Second timeout in the half for Team
Kalau
Liquid.
ini menang, mereka save. Kalau menang lagi.
They're on the
Come on, come on.
precipice of progressing, of staying alive, of eliminating SMG. But teams from Brazil have been here before. That's how we started the year. A Brazilian trophy slipping away. We're not there yet, but to see them eliminated here, to not follow up on the great series they've had would be tragic. It would be the only thing they could think about. It would be back to staring at the ceiling, thinking about what could have been.
The hopes and dreams of 2 regions riding on this. APAC and Brazil, awaiting them, EMEA, and then North America. And awaiting them today as well. This is a grueling affair. You better believe that G2 are frothing at the mouse, getting all these rounds. SMG and TL are exhausting themselves, but they have to keep pushing. It goes back to Palestra's vision. No complaints. Sacrifice everything. That is the only way you will ever win anything.
Turret out.
Round 23. SMG are 2 away from making this comeback real.
The hive mind. 5 players together outside of tiles. It's mid control again. That has been working for them. Team Liquid haven't found a perfect answer to it yet. These splits in from market, and Neri going quick once again.
And Ari with a dash. But it's Issa and Bastarda fighting forward. They find 2. The Molly fractures SMG's setup. They have to find a new opportunity, a new direction. They'll fight through spawn. Daiki here to hold. She's got 1. The Cloudburst separates them off, and an Ari cuts 1 down. She's got more. She has saved this team before.
There's still 2 players awaiting them on A site. Bastarda on the way as well. Tucked away on Generator. Aneri comes around the corner, tucked back into Hell. Aneri finds 1. It's 3 on the round, but Georgina has done it. Team Liquid
Nasray.
SMG and advance to the top 3 once again.
Their hero run continues. The gauntlet calls them deeper into this tournament. And in front of their home crowd, in front of their families, it seems like they cannot lose.
Kambing. Nangis Choco Hybe.
They were the first to be knocked down, but they have picked themselves back up. Team Liquid have brought the crowd to their feet. Game after game, match after match.
And it's history repeating itself. The same top 3 orgs as last year. A chance for revenge for Daiki and Bastarda. A chance for success for the first time for 3 of the new players on this team.
And you have to feel it for Team SMG on the other side. Just about the best year you could possibly ask for. Representing APAC proud as the number 1 seed. They dominated their scene. They came in with the flashiest first game you could ever ask for, and they fought tooth and nail to the finish. It is a tragedy, it is a heartbreak that they can't move on farther.
And for Anaria especially, it's such a moment for her. A map away from making it to Berlin. The player everyone expected then. She had her spotlight here and she lived up to it. But it is Team Liquid's moment. But it is not yet their day. G2 awaits them. This will be quite possibly the hardest day these players have ever had. 3 more maps could be ahead of them in just an hour.
We could have overtimes. We could have everything. Team Liquid, the most sportsmanlike you could possibly ask for as well. Daiki, you know, feels it for the players on the opposite side of the stage. She got sent home, could not make it to finals day last year. But now you see it in her eyes. You see that grin, you see that smile in front of the home crowd. Something's different in the air this time around.
And you know,
Kalah, jadi sampai sini dulu, bro.
sacrifices they've made. The long days, the